Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World War III. And now, if you will indulge me, since it is World War III, so fuck it. Here's a song that I just finished today. Enjoy. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. Yes, that was a song. The first song was from Yakuza, the first Yakuza game. But the second song there, that was one that I actually just finished making today. I looked at the chat. Thank you all for your support. It seems like people liked it. I'm surprised though that there were no nerds who noticed that was the like theme from Final Fantasy IX. I've been doing this thing lately where I've been like doing like sampling and plunder phonics and shit, and I've been like pitching down shit, and it's been kind of cool. So that song is like a mashup of Lakes and Marshes with Doubt from Star Ocean 3. Nothing Else by Archive, which is like one of my favorite songs, and yeah, The Place I'll Return to Someday from Final Fantasy IX. It's called Undoubted Return. Little mix of things there. Also, it's got a drum beat from Rayman 2, because Rayman 2's got some fucking dope-ass drums. But, yeah, welcome to the stream, everybody. This one's gonna be an exciting one. First off, I'd just like to say, not a bully stream. Not a bully stream. With the new YouTube creator guidelines and whatnot, and the whole don't bully people and such, I feel obligated, I feel obligated to mention that this is not a bully stream. We're not here to send hate to the Nostalgia Critic or anything like that. But we are going to be watching the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker Nostalgia Critic review. I don't know why. I kind of felt like doing a Nostalgia Critic stream again, because the last time I did it was so fun. But yeah, I kind of felt like it, and people in my Discord were posting screenshots. Apparently they've got a very special cameo. It's gonna make you cry. And Annoying Orange is in it for some reason. And they've got like one actress who does all of the fucking roles. So she's playing like Leia and Rey, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's gonna be a shit show. I mean, we can't say that because this isn't a bully stream, but this is, you know what? It would be so fucking ironic, wouldn't it, if like Nostalgia Critic was the one to take my channel down? Because like this is just a review stream. We are just critiquing and reviewing your wonderful videos, Doug, in complete fair use. So just throwing that out there. Let's see, $5 from Batman Anderson. Make a playlist, you spurg. I've been thinking about it. I don't know. It seems it would be a bit of work, but yeah, I could probably do that. I think it would be kind of fun on like an off day. And $20 from Goof Troop. That's your name through, because it's spelled GOUF Troop. So then it threw me off, and I stumbled over this. But anyways, $20 from Goof Troop. Definitely a bully stream. Now that's not true. We haven't even started yet. So far, it's just been a music stream. But you know, here's we'll see what happens. It could happen. Probably not though, because that would be a bad thing and against the rules. $10 from Aya Bray. Also, sexy Claw Daddy, I love your voice and mega sarcasm. Give us tell-alls. Oh god, I haven't heard somebody say tell-alls in like 10 years. I'm sorry, you just gave me money and I'm like... I'm like roasting you. No, but I thank you very much, and thank you also to Goof Troop for the 20. I endeavor to make this one a very exciting stream. I think we might watch the behind the scenes as well. And if there's time, we might watch something else from the channel, or maybe one of the orbiters, one of the beta orbiters. I mean, just normal orbiters, not a bully stream. Also $2 from Mega Satan. Do you type with your claw or just one-handed? Just one-handed. I just kind of grew up. I actually didn't start wearing the fun Deadwing fact. I actually did not start wearing the hook hand until I was like 16. And before that, I was like, no, that's stupid. This is my arm. It's fine. And then I was at like a convention or something. It was like a seminar with other like child amputees who were like born that way or disabled in some way. And there was like some girl there that I was looking at, and I was like, wow, she looks fucking weird. And she had the same exact arm as me. So a couple months later, I decided to wear a hook hand, and the future, the story speaks for itself. But anyways, let's take a look at the chat here. Cool Kids Club. The Marowak just washed the dishes. Talul's gave me 2007 RAR flashbacks. I'm sorry. No, not a bully stream. Archive this one. Well, probably. And I never wanted to remember Annoying Orange, but here it is. Yeah, he's in there. He's gonna get that. He's gonna get that paper. Also, I like this comment here. I'm going to single out this chat member. I'm gonna directly single out a chat member right now. Joshua Young just quotes nostalgia and then quotes critic. I like this comment. Good chat message, chat member. Loyal member of the Sicko Army. Good chat message, because he's no longer even doing videos. He's no longer even talking about movies that are nostalgic at this point. This movie literally just came out. Like, the whole pretense of his like shtick is just gone at this point. And then the critic thing, they're not even reviews anymore. He's not even really critiquing anything. That is a very woke comment, dare I say, fellow kids. $5 from Jesterhead. Use your claw to bring death to the... oh, no. Death to the Iranians. We will inevitably be drafted into invading. Yeah, so how about that World War III? Anybody fond of that World War III? It's going to be pretty exciting. I would say try to keep the political discussion to a little bit of a minimum in the chat. Let's not have a turf war or a race war or anything like that. Let's remember. Oh God. Well, you know, it's not a bully stream, but let's remember who the target is. We need to focus our attention on the important things at the moment. We can't affect World War III. It's gonna happen if it happens. Whatever. I'm surprised if it's not China that kills us all. It's gonna be Iran. That is a surprising anime twist. But yeah. Just, you know, let's focus on the important things right now, like this terrible YouTube video that we're about to watch. Let's see here. Demon Empire, okay. Oh God, the chat. Race car now, yes. Gas the bikes, race one. Okay, that's enough. That's enough chat. Let's take a look over here at something that's more important, such as that. No, I said not the chat. God damn it. Oh no. Hang on. Hello, chat. Fellow chat members. How you doing? Where the fuck? Oh my God. Why does it never just let me... Jesus Christ. Oh, fucking hell. OBS never likes to let me fucking capture Firefox normally. It's always like a battle. It's always like a weird fucking battle to get it to capture Firefox. It's great. It's like the one thing I use this fucking thing for. What... Is this the one? No. That is not the one. Holy shit. Okay. Ugh, this is so dumb. Okay, give me this. There you go. There you go, baby. All right. Boomerang has ended. Yeah, so Star Wars Rise of Skywalker from Nostalgia Critic. Once again, as always when we look at Nostalgia Critic, keep in mind the stunningly, surprisingly good like ratios. I'm just amazed, like, who are the people? I don't know. We're about to get into this, but I have to, like, who are the people that like this, you know? Like, we're gonna watch it. Maybe some people, I don't know, maybe some people in chat like it, but as this is coming from somebody, and this is, again, not a bully stream. We're not, like, I'm not attending to, like, shit on this guy just because, oh, you're ugly, you're stupid, or whatever. Like, that's not what I'm doing. I'm going to be talking about what I think is, like, wrong and stupid with the video on, like, its merits. But the thing is, I've said this before, I used to be a fan of Nostalgia Critic back in, like, 2010, 2011 or something. And I'm like, these videos now are not even, like, what those were. Like, those aren't even that funny now by comparison to, like, other stuff of that genre. Like, if you watch the Plinkett reviews, they still hold up now, but if you watch fucking, like, Nostalgia Critic old videos from, like, 2010, they're okay, they're not great, but they're fine. But these, like, they're not even the same thing, and it's just awful. But we're gonna get into that. This is just my subjective opinion that they're awful. Let me take a look once more at the chat here. He was never funny. I mean, I don't know. I kind of liked him. I won't lie. I kind of liked him back in the day. I liked his whole site, in fact. In fact, you might have even called me a fucking Nostalgia Critic stan. I was, like, a big fan of that whole... I watched the first, like... I think I watched the... Oh, God, there was, like, 3 of those crossover. I think I watched the first one, but, like, even at the time, it was like, oh, boy, I sure don't want to continue watching this. I wish I knew why. And it was because they were poopy. The movie sketch parodier. Yeah, if you're not familiar, like, you might think, maybe you guys, some of you in chat, maybe you're not up to speed, but you might remember Nostalgia Critic from, like, back in the day, and you might remember back in, like, 2010 or whatever, when he made videos that were very similar to your average, like, movie review on YouTube now. They weren't dissimilar from, like, I don't know, Drew Gooden talking about a shitty Christmas movie or something like that, but but they were basically just guy at desk talking. There was clips, occasional sketches, and it was fine. I think his sense of humor isn't the best, but I mean, the format was at least fine. But like, if you're not aware, that changed completely. He like, I'm gonna use the term bitched out, and not a bully stream, but he decided like, forget it, we're not gonna bother with copyright. Even though like YMS does it, a lot of people use like copyrighted footage, like Ralph the Movie Maker or whoever. They use footage from recent movies in their reviews, and it's like fine. Because it's under grounds of review or whatever. But like, he just opted out of doing that entirely and instead decided to like weirdly recreate the movie in like sketches with his own people and his own crew and his own effects, and it's about as good as you'd expect. But the adverse effect of it is that before, you know, at least you could directly compare what he was saying to like the stuff on screen. You know, you could directly compare his critiques to what we were actually seeing happen in the movie, because he would show the actual clips from the movie. But now it's just this weird sketch thing where he like, I don't know, he could completely misrepresent, and he has in the past, like with the Wall review, which we did before. We did it before that we did. But like, he'll completely misrepresent the point of a scene or like the point of the plot even. And it's like, you don't know this because you're just seeing his weirdo like fan film interpretation. Anyways, that's just a brief like intro if you're not familiar with the Nostalgia Critic, or if you used to know of him or whatever. I'm sure pretty much everybody is like aware of the Nostalgia Critic at this point, but yeah, let's get into it. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker Nostalgia Critic video. 30 minutes.
This episode brought to you by HelloFresh. Delicious pre-measured ingredients and simple chef-made recipes delivered to your doorstep every week.
I hate his voice. I know I said it's not a bully stream, and it's not supposed to be, but like, just as like a subjective... Oh, this is really the highest quality we got, huh? Just as like a subjective critique, I don't know, I just hate his voice. I hate looking at him talk, I hate listening to him talk, but not a bully stream, just a critique. Just a fair use critique. Clearly I'm doing it wrong. I should be acting out his reenactment of this movie. I should be acting out his acting out of it, so that I'm in complete fair use. That's the way he does it. Like it even matters anymore. Star Wars Episode 1. And that was Zori Bliss, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause for Zori Bliss. This character's not even in this one. This should be a completely different character. Oh god, there he is.
Oh. Okay, so we gotta get to the orange planet. We'll give it a name later. Next, we gotta find the dagger of daggering. After that, we gotta cure some bugs with our new force powers. We'll just mention it in passing. Go to the store, pick up some milk, grab the kids from daycare. Oh, and you're the grandson of Boba Fett now. Trust me, this was all planned from the beginning.
Wait, what the hell are you doing?
Please, there's like 95 more errands to run.
I came here to find Star Wars.
Well, you're in it, man.
I just remember it being more grand and awe-inspiring.
We've been doing a lot with it lately.
Maybe too much? It looks so beaten and worn
It
down.
almost looks like a
built
cheap,
to handle
shitty
everything
set by a hack fraud.
you're
Not
putting
bully
it through.
stream.
Nonsense. This baby runs on the finest of fuels.
Which is...
One thing I have to say I do like about the Nostalgia Critic is that when he talks, he kind of looks like the car salesman from or boat salesman or whatever from Escape from Monkey Island, where he's just like waving his arms around and like flapping his mouth, and it's like you could just you can just dub over whatever he says with like anything, and it's fine, and it sounds about the same. That's one thing that's fun. That's good.
It's a bumpy, even inconsistent ride, but it still keeps this old girl moving forward.
funny. I remember when the ship ran on imagination and ideas.
Those were the old days, my friend. Now it's about sticking with what we know works.
Yeah, that's our returning pilot, JJ.
Returning pilot?
We've gone through a few of them.
All right, JJ, how do you generate this fuel?
Though it's a special formula we use over and over. Introduce poor hero dressed in white, hint at evil side, even though that obviously won't be a thing. Show bad guy in all black serving seated overlord. Discover bad guy as a good side. Display ship battles where one simple thing always wipes the villains out.
It's
The hero
similar to
wins,
the other
good bad guy
movies.
dies.
You're right.
Rinse, repeat.
It's
Isn't there only so long
very
that
similar to the
formula
other
can keep us
movies.
going?
Well, we tried straying from it a few times, but the passengers didn't like that.
Passengers?
You're doing great, JJ. Here's some fuel for your ship.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm not happy, JJ. You're taking Star Wars in a direction I don't want it to go.
Oh, sorry, I'll change course right away. Better?
Quite.
Hey, that's not the direction I wanted.
No, sorry, switching back.
Jesus.
Hey!
Okay, what do
Guess I can admire. Well, like I said the last time that I looked at Nostalgia Critic stuff, it's like I guess I can somewhat admire the dedication to making this, but don't make it. Don't make it. You know, like I would so much rather just listen to some guy talk at a desk rather than this like insane fucking Adderall shit.
You're both happy and unhappy.
I'm pleasantly enraged by that.
Carry on.
So this is how Star Wars is right now.
Well, are you really that surprised? Star Wars,
30
from its
minutes of
premiere in
this, yes.
1977, changed not only cinema, but movie fandom.
Okay, now we've got
Because
some
there
like
were only
legit
3 films
part.
for so long
This
and
is
they
okay.
incorporated so many different mythical storytelling elements, there was kind of this sacredness that was built around it.
That's true.
This resulted in, let's say, passionate opinions over the years. Going from rose-colored
You really need
glasses
to inform people of this? It's the
praising a
9th
creative genius
movie.
only to shun him later, and watching the franchise be bought out and be passed on from creative team to creative team. All of this gained praise, anger, great memories, bad memories, no memories. Childhoods were reborn while others were destroyed. What was once seen as sacred stories became, well,
start
what they always
screaming.
were, movies. Movies, like any art
When
form, can
are we
change people
reviewing
in
Vine
ways,
Sauce?
but to many, Star Wars was becoming a way of life.
Yes,
and
I'm going
any
to
changes
a way
of
react to
life is
Vinny
going
eating
to be met
Vegemite.
with
It's
some
gonna be great.
hostility. And yes, I know the majority of Star Wars fans aren't hostile or demanding. They're a lot like any other movie fans. But I'm talking about the fans the filmmakers probably listen the closest to, that being the ones who take it the most seriously. Whether it's serious love or serious hate, these movies are always guaranteed to get big reactions. And once again, Star Wars fans are passionate about the rise of
This is so
Skywalker,
painful.
the final
Change
part
the
in this
channel.
new
I like how it's painful for you, and it's literally just him explaining the movie. This is the okay part of the review. This is the part of the review that doesn't drive me to drink, even though I'm currently drinking and nursing a bottle of Jack Daniels as we speak. But you know, that's just incidental. That's just the crippling depression. But yeah, this is the part of the review that's like an actual, like, legit, objective review of facts. We haven't even gotten to the really fucking... We haven't even gotten to the epic cringe, dude, yet. We haven't even gotten to the lay cringe. Hasn't even
cinematic
started
trilogy.
yet, dude.
Passionate angry or passionate happy? Yes. Again, everyone seems
Dark
all
star,
over
dark
the
star,
map whether
dark
this
girl.
progressed towards the familiar world we know and love, or regress back to the same tired tricks.
Good thing I'm in the driver's seat this time. If there's one thing I'm always praised for, it's how I stick the ending.
Are you sure you're the only one piloting?
Oh yeah, back to one creative poet leading the way. Nobody else calling the shots.
Okay, that's my recording. I will give you the slight. I didn't laugh, but I did feel the slightest bit of like humor in my brain, solely because I dislike Disney. So there you go.
All right.
5 minutes in, I didn't get even a laugh, but it was like a snort internally. It was like, but internally, you know. That's the
I guess
caliber
explain
that we're
how
at so
this
far. 5 minutes
new
in.
old Star Wars works now.
I don't know, you might not like everything you hear.
I'm not afraid.
Good. You will. Yeah, I had that coming. This is Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. The dead
McClunky.
speak.
Come on, talk like a real person.
No, those are literally the first
Oh,
words from the
geez,
opening
the-
crawl.
Christ.
Yeah.
Fucking shot, mate. Yeah,
The voice of
dead
Emperor
speak.
Palpatine is heard on a radio transmission, so Kylo Ren searches the universe so he can kill them all.
Yeah, is it true that apparently the voice of Palpatine, the radio transmission is in fucking Fortnite? Is that true? Is that true? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That is almost as dumb as the weird fucking Final Fantasy 15 extended universe thing. That's incredible.
Fearing Palpatine might take control.
48-year-old Kylo Ren over here. This guy looks like he's this guy looks like he's closer to the age of Darth Vader than anything.
Of the First Order. He finds him in a hidden part of the galaxy where a legion of Sith fanboys have been growing an army.
Come here to kill you.
But then you will never get the answers to the questions you possess.
But the answer is disappointing.
Extremely.
Okay, I'll ask.
Let's retcon this shit.
How are you alive?
Something, Revenge of the Sith.
Who is Supreme Leader Snoke?
Something, I threw him in a bottle.
What's your major plan?
Something, we join forces and I give you an army.
Can I trust you?
Come on, you act as if I have a long history of back.
See, like, this is the problem, okay? Like, I'm gonna be in the minority here that says that I did not completely despise Rise of Skywalker. I get that it's not great. It's certainly got a lot of fucking problems. But, like, there's some things that, I don't know, there's some things that are definitely worth complaining about, but then there's other things that are kind of a little more open to interpretation, I guess. And I don't know, I just feel like the way the Nostalgia Critic, with his weirdo, like, skits that he does instead of actual clips of the movie or whatever, it's just sort of glossing over, like, that's literally what it's doing with the something, blah, blah. It's a joke, yes, but like, it's kind of... It's kind of like CinemaSins in a way, where it's like this sort of underhanded, like, oh, it's technically like a strike against it because we're being cheeky about it, but it's technically also not a joke, so you can't call us out if it's like inaccurate or whatever. So if he like something's over a part that actually makes perfect sense, and a lot of this doesn't make sense. Like, if you've seen the movie, fucking Palpy's just back. Old Palpitations is just hanging out. He's just there. It doesn't make a lot of sense, and there's a lot of shit that doesn't get explained. But, you know, there's probably some things that he's like something-ing over here that like do have some explanation. I know there was the thing about the Snokes in the jar, and like, I don't know, I had a discussion with somebody about like how that's call me crazy, a subversion of expectations, like, you know, because he was like a big dude. He was like a pretty big guy for you in the first movie. I mean, in the 7th movie, but you know, he was a pretty important guy, and then he was like completely like fucked over in the second movie, and then he was like just thrown in this fucking like glass tube with a bunch of other fucking Snokes. So there's like the idea that maybe that's like a, I don't know, like a thing they're saying, you know, there might be a thing there. They might be doing like a jab at like the red herring or something, like fully like burying the Snoke plot line in the ground, you know. But what I'm saying is, like, when you just sort of like skip over that with this sort of, you know, flippant like something blah 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 something, it's like, I don't know, and then you probably end the review by saying that it's, I haven't seen the whole video yet, but he probably ends the review like most people have said about the movie, and saying that it's like, you know, it's not very, it doesn't make a lot of sense, it speeds through a lot of things, it misses a lot of like important things that you're probably asking yourself, and you know, that might be true, but when you just sort of, when you completely misrepresent it with like this skit that's not the actual thing that you're talking about, it can lead people to have false assumptions about a thing, is basically the gist of the 20-minute rant that I just went on. But
Stabbing people.
Okay, I'm in.
it's a little bit like dishonest, I guess. It's like it's misrepresenting what the movie actually is. I don't know.
First order of the First Order is to kill Rey, right after you put a quarter in so I can continue my shaky animatronic movements. Welcome to Chuck E. Cheese. Let's wish Snoke 72 a happy birthday. Make a wish and strike those candles down with all of your hatred, and your journey towards the dark side will be complete. Also free tokens.
Meanwhile, the Resistance is hiding out on low-calorie Endor. Yeah, they ran out of looks for these planets, so I'm just calling them what they're ripping off. As General Leia trains Rey as a Jedi.
It looks like Palpatine.
It's literally the same actress.
was dead.
We've had one Palpatine.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen. It's literally the same actress. Also, there's Charlie from Lost.
Yes, what about second Palpatine?
You need to figure out how to
Okay,
heal all
that's
the
a little
Jedis that
bit
have come
funny.
before you. Oh, that's an interesting
That's
addition.
a little
How
bit
can we explore
funny.
that once more at the end. Wait, it's been seconds and there's been no rush of movement. Indeed, we need to get chat to this.
I like
right.
that.
Everyone act panicked.
One joke! You got me with one joke, and that's because I'm drunk, you
Unfunny
fucker.
small talk.
I'm not drunk
What's
yet,
the deal with everything?
but still.
Finn, you try to continue to justify your existence here.
Right. Ray, there's something important that I have to tell you.
What?
I don't know, but I'm gonna ask you 5 more times.
That's the best you've got.
I'm a reporter.
So, when she says the thing about like continue pretending to justify your existence here or whatever, it's like a joke, and it's kind of accurate to the movie, in the sense that he doesn't really have much of a reason of like actually being there. He doesn't have any kind of like character arc or anything. But I saw a review. I think it was the Cosmonaut guy a couple days ago, talking about the movies, and he kind of correctly pointed out that Finn actually has a pretty good character arc in the first movie. It's just unfortunate that they completely fucking fumbled him after that. He actually would have a good reason to be involved in this, because he's now like a grizzled war veteran or whatever who can like, you know, be the mentor character. And instead he's just also there. He's just a guy. Because this movie doesn't have any fucking characters. It just has like people that stand around and say like action Marvel dialogue, and they're kind of the thing that you can't deny really with the movie is that Daisy Ridley, Oscar Isaac, and John Boyega, they all have good chemistry. So even though they don't really have much in the way of character or like reason to be there in the movie, or like anything of substance, you can kind of like get behind them a little bit. Anyways, we're talking about this fucking shit show, not that other fucking
Make me interesting.
Never mind. Just make small talk with Poe.
Got it.
You couldn't have just had a second actress.
Everybody, go to different planets to find Palpatine. And Rose, you stay behind and help out here.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you!
Yeah, you've been through enough.
I am more than happy to be Jar Jar in the last 2 prequels.
Mel!
Oh,
They make their way to low-calorie Tatooine, where a festival is being thrown by the natives.
Yeah, fuck
Go
Rose, though.
diversity. And among the celebration, they come across Lando.
What was that?
They make their way to low-calorie Tatooine, where a festival is being thrown by the natives. Go diversity. And
That's a stupid fucking joke. It's Star Wars. They're on a random planet. There's like a random thing happening with the random people who live on that planet. What are you talking about? That's like the dumbest. I'm usually one to laugh at the go diversity jokes, but that's just out of place. It doesn't make sense. Of course there's random shit happening on this planet. Sure, there's a festival. What were you expecting? Humans? White people? Like, what?
among the celebration, they come across Lando.
Hi, I'm Lando.
They then get chased down by stormtroopers and fall into quicksand that leads them to a cavern where they find a Sith dagger. Then they come across a hurt monster, but Rey uses her force powers to heal its wounds.
How did you do that?
Oh, I just gave him some of my life force.
You used the Force to Force life force?
No, I used the force to force life force.
Oh, that makes more sense. Oh, I know what this is. We started playing around with that idea. One of our characters uses it to heal someone, and there's a mystery to what it is and to how it works.
Oh, let me guess, you take your time and let the weight of a situation sink in?
Pretty much.
There's no time for that. We gotta get to saving Chewbacca, who's captured by the First Order.
What? When did that happen?
When we looked away for a few seconds. Keep up, man. Chewie's dead now.
What?
Yeah, we see Rey and Kylo Ren play.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of does be like that, to be fair. God, this movie is a bit of a fucking mess. I don't know. Like, I was when I say that I think it's like an okay movie, you gotta understand. Again, I went in there expecting like a 2 out of 10. I was expecting basically like a B movie, but with some nice effects. But you know, I walked away with like a decently coherent story. It was fine. It wasn't like great. It certainly wasn't anything better than I would have wanted. You know, it was like exactly what you expect from Star Wars, basically. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't like the worst thing in the world. But I mean, yeah, there's some shit in it that's just like, it's like pretty, I've heard some people talk about it since, you know, the people that I would have normally just watched the videos from and then not seen the movie, and just taken their word for it. But I've heard like Red Letter Media and other people talking about them, and there's like there's some unanimous shit that some people bring up, like why are there 87 billion Star Destroyers in the end? Why do the people of the galaxy suddenly show up for no reason? Sorry if I'm spoiling your precious movie for you, but it came out like 2 weeks ago, and we're watching a review of it, so I mean, the spoilers are implied. I think there was a spoiler warning at the beginning of the thing anyways, but yeah, one of the things that everybody kind of pointed out was, boy, the whole Chewbacca thing sure was fucking dumb. It's like they almost had something. They could have not killed him, but it had some kind of emotional weight on Rey. But then they just didn't, and then they also just didn't kill him. It's just like, oh hey guys, I'm fine. Everything's cool. Let's go back to work. It's pretty dumb, but anyways, yeah. Focus fire on criticizing this review once again.
Tug of war with a prison ship, and she accidentally zaps it.
What? Chewie's dead?
No, now he's alive.
What? How?
There's another prison ship off screen, obviously.
So he was captured off screen and put in a different ship off screen?
Yes, stay on track. Now the prequels are cool again.
Okay, that I know you're lying about.
No, it's sadly a thing. Listen.
I mean, they're not that bad when compared
Oh, shut up.
to Last Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, I saw them when I was 2. I figure I'm a good judge of cinema at that point.
Prequels are terrible, terrible movies that at least had some decent, like, original ideas, but they were all executed terribly, so who cares? like, yeah, pod racing was a cool idea. It's just a shame that the movie around it is a fucking dumpster fire. It's like, General Grievous, cool idea. It's just a shame that the movie around it is a fucking dumpster fire. And fuck all of those people that keep trying to stand Revenge of the Sith. It's fucking garbage. Fuck you. But yeah, I mean, I kind of get though some of the complaints about like the current gen of Star Wars compared to the prequels, where it's like, at least in the prequels they did different things. They were mostly bad. They were almost unanimously bad. Like the fucking PlayStation 2 video game factory level that Anakin and the other one get stuck in at the end of the second one. Or like the fucking boss fight with Dooku, you know? It's like, some of it's bad. Some of it's like Dexter Jettster's 50s Space Diner. But, you know, at least it's not all just the same shit from the 70s movies again. And like one or two new things to sell toys. That's all you can say. It was not, and none of it was executed well. But if you could mash up the like interesting new ideas of the prequels with like well, I was gonna say like the editing and direction of the new ones, but frankly that's not very good either, is it? Man, Star Wars fucking sucks. Isn't it great that the only stuff that's like really great in Star Wars is like non-canon side shit? Isn't it great that like the best Star Wars stories are like Knights of the Old Republic and fucking like Jedi Knight and shit like that? And like what is it? Heir to the Empire, I think it's called, the original sequel trilogy with Thrawn. Yeah, that was cool. Boy, it's a shame they didn't just make that. Anyways, cool. Back to the stupid review.
We want to see more Emperor.
Oh, right away.
Nobody wanted to see more Emperor.
This path is beaten.
Nobody wanted to see him.
What do you do if you can't have constant exposition and jumping from place to place every few minutes?
I don't know. Visual storytelling.
Were there actually people that were like clamoring for the fucking Emperor to come back? Because like, I was all ready for it to be like an interpersonal character drama between one of the elements, and again, we're in spoiler territory here, but I think most people know this at least. One of the elements that I actually kind of liked with this one is they had a romance between the villain and the hero, which is really rare and weird. It's like you don't see that. That's kind of cool. You know, good guy loves the bad guy. Bad guy gets redeemed, obviously, and then bad guy oopsie poopsie switcheroos with the good guy and dies instead. Boy, that was dumb. But yeah, that was one thing that I actually liked was the Rey and Ben stuff. It's a shame that they didn't just explore that more and do something cool with that, and instead went with dark side. But you know, gotta sell those toys, I guess.
Slow pacing, short but relatable dialogue so you can understand character quickly.
Why are you still on this? We just missed 8 more scenes.
Of course we have.
Now they're on low-calorie Coruscant with a dash of Hoth.
Where they need the writing on the dagger translated, and one of Poe's old flings
Wait.
named Zori can...
Wait, Coruscant? It's nothing like Coruscant. It's like a fucking mountain village town. Coruscant's like a city. Coruscant's like Space City. That's like literally completely opposite from Coruscant. Okay.
Help. You know, I seen your face. I'm not sure why you're trying to keep it hidden.
I'm trying to do like a Boba Fett thing, keeping my appearance a mystery.
For what, the 4 minutes you're in this trilogy?
Well, here, you can see my eyes. Happy?
Not really. Your eyes look great. If you had like 3 eyes or something, we'd be more curious about what you look like.
Let's talk about you.
Okay.
You really think of all the characters people want a sit-down moment with you?
Hey, we're just trying to build up the drama of me about to become a general.
What's wrong with Poe? People like Poe. I think I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Poe. Also, I'm waiting for the discussion about how it's kind of... Listen. People who watch the channel know that I'm not one of these turbo, like... super progressive Ismo good boys. Everything's fine. Just cool it. Everything's cool. We need some change in some places, but some people are a little misguided. But man, Poe and Finn probably should have been a thing. I don't know why they needed to give them both a case of the nod case. Like, they both had chemistry, and they didn't have chemistry with the other people that they were supposed to be with. It was really dumb. So I'm waiting for some kind of critique about that. We'll see if he offers that.
Aren't you that idiot that mutinied in the middle of a chase?
I remember why I don't like you.
We get to the one thing that's been continually good in this new trilogy. Aside from that.
Rey and Kylo Ren's
I guess I have to also state, I'm not, like, against representation or anything, obviously. I just don't think it's, like, the most important thing in the world to have every slot filled like you're filling out a fucking... you know, like... You don't need to, we're not, like, every movie doesn't need to be Noah's Ark. We don't need 2 of each one, you know? Like, you don't need to fill out a form. You don't need a checklist, and I guess that's all I'm saying. So I'm not really in favor of, like, the Force diversity stuff, but man, like, Poe and Finn would have been, like, the exact opposite of that. They were, like, bros that, like, had a thing, and they just didn't instead, and instead we had fucking... a lady who was on the movie for like collectively 3 minutes.
Action. Each of them tries to convince the other to join their side, and they communicate through their mental and physical force powers despite not being in the same room. One of the few things not retconned from Last Jedi. But don't worry, they backtrack on other stuff.
So that's where you are.
Oh shit.
Join me, for I know your importance. Your caretaker never told you what happened to your parents.
He told me enough. He told me that you killed them.
Nobody told you that.
You know what? I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting what we're vomiting up and rehashing for this one. So my father is someone
Good
bad,
accent.
right?
No.
Oh, good. We don't have to go through all that again.
Your grandfather is someone bad.
Oh, okay. Well, that's new territory. Who is it? Snoke?
No.
Palpatine?
Yes.
Hux?
No.
That guy Benicio del Toro played last time?
You already guessed it.
What? Who?
Palpatine.
Oh,
Wait,
Jesus.
Palpatine's her granddaddy?
Uh-huh.
Who the hell slept?
It's like I just don't get it, you know, because it's like there's so many fucking videos on the internet of people just talking about this movie. You can just watch the Red Letter Media video where it's literally just some people talking about the movie, and it's fine, and they're funny, and they're a lot more effortlessly funny than all of this stupid fucking these props and all this bullshit. These guys, like, can do you ever consider that? Like, can you just stop and think about that real quick? The Red Letter Media guys, Mike, Jay, and Rich, can go to the fucking Rise of Skywalker, and they can come back to their like warehouse or whatever where they film their shit, and they can sit down and they can just talk for fucking like a couple hours about a movie, and it's 1,000 times more interesting and like enjoyable to watch and engaging and fun, and like, you know, it's 1,000 times better than all of this shit with the costumes and the effects and all of this shit. It's like, man, you can put all the effort you want into getting the helmets and the fucking straps and the whatever this is. Looks like construction gloves or something, but you can get all the effort you want in. But man, at the end of the day, it's the writing, it's the actual like humor that's important here. It doesn't even need to be. He could just literally just talk about the movie and it would be fine. I guess that's not what people want, though. This is the thing that we need to discuss, of course, with the Nostalgia Critic, is that he's basically just... Again, not a bully stream here. But he's basically kind of just a shill. I mean, he's just kind of doing this at this point for the money. We talked about this the last time that I covered Nostalgia Critic. He left the fucking... He stopped doing the Nostalgia Critic persona. He killed the character, and he moved... Whoa, that's cool. It's like fucking Rick and Morty burp. He moved on to doing this thing called Demo Reel, I think, which was essentially poorly done skits acting out scenes for movies. But I don't know if that sounds familiar to anybody, but yes, he started doing Demo Reel and nobody watched it, and he only went back to Nostalgia Critic for fucking money because that was the fucking popular thing. That was the thing people knew him for. Nobody cared who he was before he put on the hat and tie and glasses and annoying voice. But yeah, nobody really cares who Doug Walker is. People care about the Nostalgia Critic, and so he just kind of shambles the corpse of the Nostalgia Critic through these horrible fucking skits just to like deliver, you know, a sponsorship deal to you and get some like ad revenue. It's, I don't know, man. It's like we can sit here and criticize, oh, this isn't very funny, this is the effects are bad, but like at the end of the day, it's really the people in the comments who are to blame. It's the people that are watching this. It's the people that are upvoting this. Once again, this video's got 19,000 likes, just like under 2,000 dislikes. And I mean, this is not the worst video he's ever done. We can all kind of get behind, you know, Rise of Skywalker isn't very good. We haven't even gotten to the really stupid parts yet, but that's to come. But, you know, we can all kind of get behind that sentiment, but like the Wall video or whatever, and people liked that too. I mean, there was some people that criticized it, obviously, but like mostly people, his fans liked it, and I'm just like, why? Why are you supporting this? This is such a fucking shit show. I don't know, not a bully stream.
I mean, it'd have to be right after his face got lightninged and shit. You telling me somebody saw that guy and was like, hey, might be a good fuck?
Apparently that doesn't matter.
What do you mean that doesn't matter? How does someone bang the leader of the galaxy and then disappear? He didn't keep tabs on her? She somehow avoided him? This is the fucking story, man. This is the juicy shit the trilogy should have been about.
Oh, what? The Last Jedi apologists didn't need to know Snoke's story.
Oh, shut up. They said Rey was a nobody, so anyone could be strong with the Force, but now it's midichlorians, and you have to be related to somebody. Boo!
No, what else was I supposed to explore with this? Maybe we could explore Snoke, dead. Maybe dive into Rey's past, nada. Maybe draw out Finn and Phasma's rivalry, kaput. Maybe see if Rey...
See, here's the thing, though, is that I've actually heard some shit about The Last Jedi that makes me, like, reconsider it. Because, you know, I think the ultimate goal... Everybody hates The Last Jedi, but the ultimate goal of The Last Jedi was to kind of, like... Honestly, I think it was to force Disney to do something different. They killed all the fucking big guys and they changed all the shit. And at first, for the longest time, I've been like, well, yeah, I mean, of course the Rise of Skywalker was going to be bad. Like, crazy, kooky Rian Johnson did all this crazy shit and ruined the movies. But then I'm like, well, wait a minute. Maybe the ultimate goal of that was to force us not to have this happen. Just, hey, Palpatine's back, I guess, because we need to have Palpatine, because there's nobody else, because we can't develop characters or do anything interesting. You know, I don't know. Obviously, that movie's got a lot of problems, but, like, I don't know. I feel like there's some point to a lot of what it did, which was to try and, like, again, force Star Wars to have to do something a little different. But instead we got Palpatine. Instead, they went violently in the opposite direction. And so I don't know. When the sketch here is talking about like, well, what were we supposed to do? All of the possibilities were like, you know, gone. And it's like, well, no, you could have explored like the Rey and Kylo Ren thing. You could have, I don't know. You could have done something. But instead you went with fucking an action figure that looks like Palpatine, hooked up to a GLaDOS computer in like a Skyrim temple. I don't know, man. You could have done something.
You would join the dark side. Ended. What was I supposed to do? Everything was finished before it was even set up.
Something interesting and new, maybe, you fucking hack fraud.
There definitely is some truth to that. Last Jedi set up some new ideas and directions it could go in, but it wrapped up so much that character-wise, all that was left to explore was Rey and Kylo Ren's relationship. And even then, not a ton, as they seem to have stayed on their chosen side.
Not really. You still could have done the thing with what's his name? Fuck, now I'm drunk. With Finn. You could have still done the thing where he's like, because like in the first movie he was a stormtrooper guy, and then he was like defecting from the stormtroopers, and then he kind of like learns for something to fight for, you know. And then like, you know, the second movie they just gave him basically nothing to do. I mean, they gave him stuff to do, but they didn't really give him much of a reason to do it. And then in the third movie, the same thing happened again. They didn't give him any reason to do anything. But I remember Cosmonaut was talking about it, and he pointed out somewhat astutely that he had a good role he could have played. He could have been like a mentor guy. He could have seen well, the best example of this is in Metal Gear Solid, of course. As with any example of literary prowess, one must turn to Metal Gear Solid. In Metal Gear Solid 1, Snake is like your guy, you know? He's like the dude. He's like the action man. He's your protagonist, and you guide him through the whole thing, and he goes on this character arc kind of thing, and he experiences all this stuff. And then in the second game, you think that's going to happen, and it doesn't. And instead, he's like this mentor dude. I always kind of liked that Snake. I mean, Iroquois Pliskin, who's definitely not Solid Snake, because Solid Snake died on that tanker 2 years ago. But I always thought that Solid Snake, his appearance in MGS2 was good. It was a new role for the character to play, and kind of cast him in a different light, in that different role. That's the kind of thing you could have done with Finn, where in the first movie he's like he undergoes that whole character arc, and then in the second movie he's like the mentor Obi-Wan-ish character. And then in the third movie you could have fucking had the romance between Poe and Finn, but instead you just had to give them the not gays. I don't know. Oh, and you had to make sure to give Finn a black love interest, because we're Disney and we're progressive, but we're not allowed to have him be in love with a Chinese girl or a white lady. That's just not allowed. That's just not allowed. We're Disney. We're not that cool yet. Sorry.
Suddenly give the final film a blank slate to go off of is a bit of a challenge, to say the least. And here's the thing, taking into account all 9 films when you watch them all together, having Rey be related to the Emperor is not a bad idea.
No, it is.
I mean,
it's
in chronological order, it does
really
kind of start
idea.
with Palpatine, so it makes sense it would end with him as well.
It makes sense that it might end with him, but it doesn't make sense that he would just show up for 5 seconds in the last movie. It also doesn't make sense because he fucking died, and one thing I will argue is, like, people say, and this is a reasonable point, I can see the merits behind it, is that the sacrifice Darth Vader made by redeeming himself is for nothing now, because Palpatine's still alive. He somehow survived being explodinated into like 1 billion pieces, and then the planet blew up or something. I don't remember what happened, but he somehow survived it. And like, people say, well, that invalidates what happened with Darth Vader. I don't think it does. I think it's the thought that counts, the THOT that counts. You know, it's not the effects of what he did. Well, like the Return of the Jedi, they didn't even win the war. They won a battle, from what I understand. That was one of the big critiques people had, was like, well, the Empire is not really destroyed. They just kind of won like one battle. That's kind of the end of the trilogy. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But yeah, I mean, people say, well, you know, the sacrifice has been invalidated because Palpatine's back. I don't really agree with that so much, because it's like the point still stands. The point of what the character did is still, you know, there. And I think also I like what Mike Stoklasa said, which is probably completely not true, but you know, I like what he said about it, which was that like Palpatine is like sort of a I don't know, he's like Ganondorf, basically. He's like Star Wars Ganondorf. He's just like evil incarnate in like man form, and so he's like a representation of the evil whatever Sith power. I don't know, but you know, I mean, I don't think bringing Palpatine back was the bad idea. I think bringing him back randomly in the third movie with just the dead speak was the bad idea. By the way, I'm sorry to anybody who came here expecting me to just be shitting on Nostalgia Critic for the whole time. I'm kind of more talking about the movie at this point, but like,
But to bring him into this...
The video sucks. What do you want from me? Hey, what are you gonna do? It's bad. Come on. The really shitty part hasn't even started yet. The annoying orange is still gonna show up.
Especially in such a rushed and clumsy manner. This was way too big an idea to squeeze into the final film. Had they started out with this idea in The Force Awakens, maybe it could have developed into something gripping. Hell, even in Last Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. The ultimate thing at the end of the day with this Star Wars series is, what the fuck was Disney actually thinking? How did they not plan out their fucking trilogy? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I guess because the old ones weren't planned out? I guess? I'm pretty sure the Return or the Empire Strikes Back was like, there was like a rough sequel draft of it or something. You know, like they knew what they were generally going to do. Or no, wasn't there another movie that was going to be the second movie and it was like going to be stupid and terrible? I don't remember exactly, but yeah, I mean, just because it worked for the old movies in the fucking 70s and 80s doesn't mean it's going to work now with fucking Mickey Mouse executive suits breathing down people's necks. I just don't understand how Disney was like, yeah, let's just do a trilogy. Oh, let's get 3 random fucking people to like make this trilogy. We'll just get anybody. Who cares? Anybody. It's fine. It'll be fine. People. It'll sell. Whatever. It's fine. Absolute brain trust over at Disney.
When they kill Snoke, if we suddenly hear the Emperor laughing, that would be kind of a good lead-in. Just something, anything. As is, it just feels like a last-minute surprise. Like, imagine you found out that Vader was Luke's father in Return of the Jedi instead of Empire Strikes Back. It just wouldn't be enough time to get all that you can out of it. So am I against the idea? No. Am I against the idea now? 1,000,000%!
Well, as the pilot who has vowed to take control of this journey, it's my responsibility to say, it's his fault.
How is this a different Star Wars than I remember, yet not different enough?
Everybody, get ready to be advertised to. As I recall, oh no, oh god, just you know, interior, dark, shitty, ugly basement. Night. We wake up blindfolded. Suddenly, light fills our eyes as the blindfold is lowered, and this is what you see. Good God, not a bully stream. Not a bully stream, I promise.
Hello?
We have HelloFresh. If you want to see HelloFresh again, you'll do as we say. Of course, we understand why it's so important to you. HelloFresh's recipes are so delicious. HelloFresh has more 5-star recipes than any other.
I'm not gonna sit here and like watch your whole fucking ad.
Less prep by God. Easily change your delivery date. This HelloFresh is now $5.66.
Fresh makes it incredible.
Oh god. This whole video exists solely to deliver this ad deal to you. It's kind of sad, honestly.
See HelloFresh again.
Wait, I already have that deal.
Oh, well in that case, everything.
Happy and 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 happy.
Go to HelloFresh.com.
Oh my god, can I just like open every stream with a 2-hour loop of this?
Oh, well in that case, everything.
Happy and 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 happy.
Go to HelloFresh.com
that's beautiful.
and use the code
That's great.
And happy.
That's just great. Hang on. Hold the fort.
Go to HelloFresh.com and use the code Nostalgia10 for your special offer today.
Gee, why do people not like the Nostalgia Critic? Why do people find this man annoying?
Everyone escapes the first.
I can't understand why. Hang on a second. Let's take a look here at the super chats here. Let's see. Jesterhead with $5. Nostalgia Critic is a Mossad plant sent to propagandize the masses into supporting military action in Iran. RIP USS Liberty. I believe it, honestly. If anything was going to drive me to want to destroy America, it would probably be the fact that Doug Walker lives there. Not a bully stream, though. Bethany Cardosa with $2. More party cheese salad. Oh, sorry, cheese party salad. That's a whole different recipe. You don't even want to know what's in that recipe. $1 from Chills. Number 15. Thank you. $5 from Goof Troop. Watch, the Mando is actually Corey Taylor. Oh, God, not again. Is that supposed to be the Mandalorian? I guess so. I hear that's good. $5 from Fallier Pal, and no message. And then another $2 from Fallier Pal. I forgot to type anything out. I'm dumb as fuck. Hi, XO. Hello, XO right back. Thank you. $2 from Batman Anderson. Bane posting will never die. Brother. Yes. $2 from... I really wish Fuzu would lean more into the Bane persona, because I know I call him Bane. He used to be Bane to everybody, but now he's Fuzu, and I really wish he would he could bring back Bane posting in full force. That fucker has the power to do it. It's within his honor. It is within his jurisdiction, motherfucker. You got to bring back the Bane posting, dude. This is a direct call out. This is a call out. Wow, I'm drunk. I'm just kidding, Fuzu. You're pretty good. I don't think he's here right now, but if he wants to not do the Bane thing, that's fine. I just wish Bane posting was a little more of a thing in the current decade. It is the year that it currently is right now. It's actually the current year that it is. It's the current decade. Open your eyes. Wake the fuck up, okay? It's the current decade. I don't know what the fuck you're thinking, all right? Coming over here, you're saying this kind of shit. You're being a little fucking stinker. But it's the current fucking decade. We don't deal with this kind of shit, all right? In this our current year. $2 from Sean Turner. Just joined the stream. Are you enjoying yourself? Well, I wasn't, but you know what? Jack Daniels is a miracle beverage. Let's take a look at the chat here. Funny man on TV makes me remember the current year. Every time I think about the current year meme, I just remember John Oliver doing the L forehead. Shape of an L on her forehead. The Fortnite dance or whatever in the fucking YouTube rewind. That was very good. It is current year plus 5. He still has the logo with him holding an airsoft. But yeah, he hasn't done it much in this video, but one of my personal biggest critiques with the Nostalgia Critic is the stupid fucking pointing a gun or shooting a guy joke that like back in 2010, I remember feeling like that joke was getting old, where it would be like, haha, funny internet man pulls out the gun and shoots the guy, and it's funny because you wouldn't expect him to shoot the guy because that's an overreaction to the thing that's happening. He decided to shoot the guy. Wow, it's funny. Laugh. And he still does that. He hasn't done it so much in this video though, but he did it a fucking lot in the wall video. Oh my god, that was a train wreck. Bottom text. Why do I always tune in at the end? Oh, we're only halfway through, sport. And I think I still want to watch the behind the scenes as well, because that's going to be exciting. I still have a whole bottle of Maker's Mark there, child. What makes you think we're at the end? Young feller. Hard R feller. That's right, I'm getting edgy. You know, people have been telling me that I'm too edgy in the comments for my party cheese salad video. Isn't that some shit? Isn't that some shit? I see no hear no evil. Yeah, I'm very edgy. I want to know where that damn 4th Chaos Emerald is. That's the ultimate goal of the party cheese salad video. I don't know where the edgy. I don't know why multiple people have said that I was edgy. Like, what does that mean? Are these actual boomers in the wild? And they're like, oh, that man used a swear word. He is an edgy young child. Is that what's happening? Is that what's going on? Did the Cooking with Jack fan base find my videos? I don't know, but apparently I'm edgy, so this stream is going to be like taking candy from a baby, which is all right by me. All right, let's get back into. Oh, hang on. $2 from Jesterhead. Doug, get. Is that a gas pump? Is that a gas station? I'm guessing that's nothing good, but that's an emoji for sure. Doug, get emoji, please. And then $5 from Sean Turner. Do you think they should have scrapped Return of Skywalker to have a 3-hour gif of Jar Jar Binks dancing? No. What we need is a 3-hour. What we need is why is nostalgia? Why is AVGN down here? I know that they have the rivalry thing, but he doesn't need to be here. You don't need to bring him down to your level. But yeah, no. What we actually need is a 3-hour gif of this. If I had just walked into the theater and that was what I got with my ticket, that would have been. I mean, I would have been happy. I'm happy. I know that much.
After everyone escapes the First Order, Rey comes across the wreckage of the Death Star on low-calorie Waterworld. This world's different enough, I'll call it by its real name. As she happens to stand in the exact perfect location for the dagger to show her where to head. Meanwhile,
one of the problems is as much as this video might be a shit show as usual for Nostalgia Critic, this video is a pretty low bar, or rather this movie is a pretty low. Like, it's low-hanging fruit, you know? It's like, there's a lot of shit that's easy to complain about, like, why did she magically just have a thing on her ancient Sith dagger that lined up with the fucking wreckage of the Death Star? I don't know. That's pretty dumb. That's pretty unbelievably, unfathomably plot hole, like minus 1 point out of 10 dumb. That's about how dumb that is. But yeah. Yeah, it's pretty low-hanging fruit, so it's like there's stuff that they're gonna make fun of, but it's like, well, first of all, lady, clean your nails. Look at that. That is not. You gotta get a manicure or something, sweetie. That's not. You don't need that. Secondly, this prop of this dagger is great. It's nice to know that the ancient Sith had like Phillips head screwdrivers or whatever.
He went nowhere.
No, I'm married to the Force.
And also his romance with Rose went nowhere. He finally comes across someone similar to him.
No, he friend-zoned her. What are we... Now we're fully misrepresenting the movie. She was like all on board, and he was like, he patted her on the shoulder and was like, hey, stay there, friend. And then he went on his adventure. Also, I think my favorite part of Rise of Skywalker was the part at the end when they're all fighting on the ship or whatever. They're all fighting the 700 billion Star Destroyers, and you just see like a 2-second shot of Rose, tiny little Asian lady Rose, just like on this like like there's all these explosions happening, and you just got Rose standing there with like a fucking Nerf gun. It's beautiful. It's the best part of the movie. It's wonderful.
Although character-wise, maybe a little too similar.
So I hear you were a stormtrooper.
I was.
I hear you left because you didn't want to slaughter people.
I did.
I hear you're underutilized because this movie has no idea what to do with you.
That I didn't hear, but sounds about right.
Want to talk about why we have nothing to talk about?
I think we just did.
Oh yeah. Here's to maybe being something.
Maybe.
Maybe, except that this is the last movie in the series, so no, actually, not that.
Why do I suck in these movies now?
Because we needed to give you a case of the not gays. They can't have a black gay in a movie. Are you crazy? Come on, it's 2020. We're not that far. We're not that progressive yet. We still need that China money. We need some representation that we can, you know, like pat ourselves on the back for, but that we can easily edit out for China and Singapore. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the mouse wants.
Rey comes across Kylo Ren on the Death Star.
Can't possibly just have two characters who are men who happen to have like chemistry and maybe develop a romance for each other naturally in a way that's not like forced or shitty. No, that's crazy. we need to just have more fucking characters. Just put in some more meaningless side characters. It'll all be fine. We promise.
As well as a dark version of herself.
Time for the dumbest part of the movie.
Seriously? But this is awesome!
Too awesome for Star Wars now. By the way, I'm a thing in this.
There better be some cool fan art of me.
I can take you to Palpatine. Come with me.
Never!
Very well. Shall we exit this ugly, grainy location to another ugly, grainy location?
Did they learn nothing from the movie Solo?
Yeah, I gotta say, the 78-year-old Kylo Ren is not as
Solo.
doing it for me. This guy looks like Honestly, it looks like Corey Taylor. It looks like a
Rey
greasy
defeats
strangler.
Kylo Ren, though, and decides to take his ship to find Palpatine.
Oh, can I get your keys? Thanks, you're a peach.
I guess Leia, though, uses her forced life force or whatever to give Kylo Ren extra life. Honestly, given Carrie Fisher's untimely death, they worked all of this into the story pretty well. Except, of course, when somebody has to explain what's going on because Leia clearly can't.
She is giving up her life for him, so that when he finally passes...
Hey, why is the annoying orange here in a video in 2020? Why is the annoying orange in a video released in the year 2020? Why is that happening? What's going on there? Do we need that? Were people asking for that? I wasn't asking for that. I never liked the annoying orange. I'm cooler than all of you. No, but yeah, the annoying orange 2020. Okay, that's fine. Maybe it's an ongoing channel gag. Maybe it's another one of those epic, super original, fun, original, cool, original Nostalgia Critic characters like the Rick and Morty character that are original characters. Just like that. Maybe it's like that. Maybe it's an original annoying orange character. Maybe that's what it is.
She will pass too.
Who are you? We built you up so much in the first movie and then did nothing with you.
Well, the Jedi grew several of me in jars while...
Was that supposed to be Maz Kanata or whatever? That was not... She doesn't look like an annoying... Well, never mind.
Rey makes
I'm
a
gonna
stop
drink
at
some
Luke's
more.
hideout
Fuck
and
this.
comes across the Transparent One himself.
How can I be a Jedi when I'm related to one of the most despised men in the universe?
Well, let me tell you right now, it's not all about the bloodlines.
Except it totally is. I mean, in the last movie it wasn't, I suppose, but now I'm connected to one of the most powerful men in the galaxy.
Yeah, but I'm related to a man who just appeared out of nowhere. You wanna know how big my family tree is? One branch. That's it.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
Why did you come here?
To say we're all hypocrites in these movies. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. That's an absolute.
How did they manage to make The Mandalorian good? Just a random question. How did they manage to do that? It's amazing. Like, I know it's possible to do something good within the Star Wars universe, but I'm amazed that Disney was able to pull one out that was like less than a complete stumble over their own ballsack. It's unfathomable.
They didn't fix a damn thing with these movies.
Can I at least have your... Thank you.
Kylo Ren has a surprisingly touching scene with his father, Han Solo, which thankfully they never make clear if it's really him or if it's just in his head.
Dad, I realize how wrong I was about everything. I just wanted to say,
I know, son.
Well, I gave the only emotional scene in the movie. So long, everybody! I'm never coming back to these damn films, and I mean it this time!
That man is like the same age as
Remember how in the
Harrison
other
Ford.
movies
That
when
is
they're
a
going
weird-
into a
I've never
fight,
seen
they
that man in
discuss their
another Nostalgia
strategy
Critic
of how
video.
to take the enemy down. This one they just head in and hope that other people show. All the discussions,
literally
all
just
the
hired a
strategy,
bum
all
off
the
the
times
street.
people sit around and listen to
Wonderful.
what they have to do so we have suspense of knowing when something doesn't go right, all gone. Why? Because you know the plan. It's the 4th time they've done it. Can you guess?
Blow up the
They shoot the one thing that blows everybody up.
That's what it always says!
Hey, now give us some due credit here. It's only the 5th time we've had a throne room scene where someone sits and watches people fight with lightsabers.
Yay, they're doing it again!
Boo! I don't want to see that! Boo!
Oh, okay, I'll change it up. How about it's still in the throne room, but the main villain doesn't show up until the end?
Yes! Now we'll both be disappointed!
Woo!
Wait, what? Kylo Ren is not the main villain.
Villain now. I mean, in Return of the Jedi, where this cliche
Apparently
started,
we're asking
the
that
battle
question
was
now.
with Vader, the main conflict of the previous 2 movies. Here, with Kylo Ren saying he's good now, I guess it's Palpatine, who's only introduced in this trilogy in this film. And even then, he's not in it for very long. What makes it even stranger is there's a giant stadium of Sith cultists or something watching them. How long have they been sitting there waiting for Rey to arrive?
Okay, when did he say she was going to get here? It's been frickin' days and I smell like ass.
His predictions are never wrong.
Except when they are. How often has he been electrocuted or thrown off something?
That's only happened a couple of times.
What if this is one of those times?
Should I be laughing? Are you guys laughing? Am I the weird one for not laughing right now? Is that my fault?
Makes a proposition to Rey.
The claw! Hey, it's
Take the throne as the Emperor of the New Order.
Why don't you just take the throne?
Something, force power, dark side.
All right.
Wait, I thought he wanted her dead.
That was plan A. Plan B is to have her come there so he can transfer his soul into her.
Yes.
Why wasn't
It's
that
very
plan A?
non-midi.
Because plan C is to suck both Rey and Kylo Ren's life force if they happen to show up together.
His backup plans are much better than his original plans.
That's turning out to be Star Wars in a nutshell.
Is there any goddamn strategy in this movie?
Well, there is this one moment.
Space horses! Woo!
What?
Yup, stinking space horses are in this again.
The same ones as before?
No, different ones. All I can imagine is them transferring those animals to the friggin' fight.
This'll be great! There's totally so much we can do with these guys in a space battle! I'll get him up.
Kylo Ren shows up to help Rey, but that only makes things worse as the Emperor now has their unique bond that makes them much more powerful so he
One
can
of the
drain
things that's
their
not
life
really
force together, making him more powerful.
One of the things that's not really easily or well communicated with this is just how much of and again, not a bully stream, but this is just sort of an observation. How much of a pretentious fop, I'm going to use the term fop, Doug Walker is. He kind of really thinks he's hot shit and like really knows what he's talking about when it comes to movies and things. And it would almost seem like petty to be like making fun of him for his sketches being kind of shitty and the costumes being bad and the effects being bad, except he is kind of full of himself, and also like he's been doing this for like over 10 years at this point. How long has it been? Like 12 years? And he hasn't been doing this exact kind of thing, but he's been doing sketches and he's been doing reviews, quote unquote, of movies. And like, I just... You'd think he would have gotten a little bit, but I think it would have improved slightly over the course of time. I think it's worth critiquing him. Like, honestly, like, yeah, I think it is pretty worth critiquing. Like, I'm willing to say, okay, well, it's just some internet sketch thing, so it's fine. It's fine if it's not the most, like, perfect looking, whatever. The effects are bad. That's part of the joke. It's, like, part of the comedy. But then, like, that's one thing when it's like a random skit in a review, a normal review of a movie. But when your whole video is just basically a recreation of this movie, I don't know. I feel like it's justified to demand better than like this shit. This 79-year-old fucking Kylo Ren lookalike and fucking oh god. Fucking extra chunky Rey. I don't know.
It's dumb.
Let's make lightning strike twice, baby. McClung!
But Rey, now for some reason, finally connects with all the Jedi of the past and uses their strength to fight back.
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
I believe in you, Peter.
Open others.
Clunky.
I'm fine.
Kylo Ren gives his life force that Leia gave him to Rey, sacrificing himself to save her. Death
I'm
is
not
now
saying
like
I don't like
world.
thick Rey,
Oh,
but
Kylo.
maybe not
Just
this
when I was
interpretation of thick Rey.
They kiss?
Uh-huh.
Odd. I always thought they had more of a brother-sister relationship.
Like that makes any difference in this world. Everybody returns to low-calorie Endor and...
Yeah, that's one thing that nobody likes to talk about with Star Wars, isn't it? I guess some people bring it up as like in the same vein as, hey, did you know that Ed had a child gangbang? It's like, hey, did you know that Luke and Leia were actually brother and sister when they kissed? It's like, we know. But yeah, nobody likes to address how that's a little bit fucked. I guess, you know, honestly, if the original trilogy came out today, like, people would probably be able to pick that movie, those movies apart in the exact same way. They'd be like, who are the Ewoks? Why are they just here now? Why have we never seen the Ewoks before? Why were they not introduced in the first movie? And they would kind of rightfully, justifiably be like, well, hey, what fucking like well, why did Luke and Leia have a relationship until it was decided that they were like brother and sister, I guess? Did you guys not know that? You guys didn't know that, did you? But it's also fine because it was the 70s, and of course that shit wasn't planned out. Star Wars wasn't even going to be a multi-film thing. It was going to be like one story initially. So like it's understandable that they didn't plan that shit out. But like now, when you're owned by Disney, I still can't get around how they just didn't fucking like put this shit. They didn't piece this shit together, you know? Like it's astounding to me.
Celebrates despite the people they've lost.
Like, it would have taken an afternoon. Grab JJ, grab a few other fuckers, get them to sit down and just go, hey, what the fuck are we doing? What is the story? Who are these characters? What do any of them have to do with anything? And they just didn't. Like, that is such an incredible fucking mismanagement of a series. I can't even fucking believe it. It is amazing. Like, it was amazing to me before that Disney was willing to let The Last Jedi even fucking come out with all the shit that happens in that. It's like, what the fuck? What did you think was gonna happen? How did you release a movie that was, like, filled with all this fucking weird shit that just, like, completely ruined all of your trilogy? Even if it was like I said before, where it had some good intentions and it was probably kind of forcing Disney's hand to be like, well, shucks, I guess episode 9 has to have some different cool stuff in it, so it can be a little, it can't be just the same Star Wars movie as we've seen before. And then they just made the same Star Wars movie again. But you know, it's like, even still, if it's Disney, that's the thing that really amazes me, is that Disney is like, Disney is the ultimate in like executive meddling and like corporate greed, you know? It's amazing to me that Disney didn't stop and look at The Last Jedi and just go, wait a second, this is fucking, this is gonna cause some problems. This is gonna cause some long-term problems for the whole brand. Just by like virtue of its existence and its smooth blue walrus titty milk that Luke drinks like a hobo. This is gonna have some implications that are gonna fuck over the series. I can't imagine how Disney did not fucking realize that and like stop it and I guess they couldn't. I guess there was no way they could just like stop the movie and like finish it and like make it not crazy, or at least figure out, like, do some crazy shit. Do crazy shit. Kill Snoke. Fucking make Luke a bad guy, or not bad guy, but make him like a tired old man who doesn't give a shit. Do all the crazy shit you want. Make Luke a bad guy. That could be fun too. The point is, do all that shit, but have a fucking plan. You could have ended the fucking series with like, you could have ended it with them fighting fucking like old, grizzled, angry, dark Jedi Luke. He could have been a bad guy. He could have gone to the dark side, and we would have had to like decide. Whoa, nearly knocked over the microphone because I'm very drunk. We would have had to decide as an audience if we want to support, you know, our boy who's probably got his own reasons for what he's doing. I don't know. He wasn't really a bad guy in The Last Jedi, but all I'm saying is there were things you could have done that would have been different than just the same thing that happened in Return of the Jedi. I know I'm no longer critiquing the Nostalgia Critic video, but fuck you, it's my stream. Bitch!
Chewie, Leia wanted me to give this to you.
Okay, this was actually probably the dumbest scene in the movie for me. I gotta be honest. When they give Chewie the medal, because like the instant I saw this, I just found myself thinking, well, why was she withholding the fucking medal from him this whole time? Why was she like knowingly like withholding? Also, we've got like human hands for this Wookiee. That's cool. That's great. Good costume. Wonderful attention to detail. But why was she like knowingly withholding this fucking medal from him all these years? Like, nah, you just haven't earned it enough yet, Chewie. I guess you're just not quite good enough. Maybe someday you'll be as good as the people that we gave the medals. You fucking scum. I think Leia's a bit of a secret asshole. I think she's a bit of a secret asshole. I think she knowingly withheld that thing because she's Wookiee racist. I know, right?
You just never had the time.
To Life Day.
What can I say? We're all hypocrites in these movies.
She came to Life Day. Man, we cannot trust a single thing that any woman ever says.
Even Lando makes a friend?
Weird
where are you
appearance.
from?
I don't know.
Want to find out together?
Can I hit on someone that's not me?
Man, that's the funny thing, though, isn't it? And by funny, I mean not funny. It must suck to, like, we've talked about this guy before. Apparently this guy is like a furry. So people like keep shitting on him. They keep going like, Deadwing, he's a furry. You don't understand. And I'm like, I don't care. You know, let me know when we find him balls deep in a schnauzer. I don't care. But like, you know, it must really suck for this poor man to literally be Doug Walker's token Negro. I'm sorry, that's probably not a word people want to hear me say, but that's what he is in these fucking videos. He is the token black man. That's like literally the joke. He's just not even black man. He is the token black. He represents the entire race. And I don't know if he knows, like, if he recognizes that that's maybe not something that's great. I don't know, but like, I don't know if Doug Walker knows that he doesn't necessarily want to have one black person representing literally every black character, regardless of gender. That's a little bit fucked up. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah.
Actually,
I guess that's part of the joke, slightly, but like not really.
My daughter.
Ew.
Might be my daughter.
Rey goes to Luke's original home and
We
buries
still
the
into
white
that. Oh yeah, that's a tacit. That wink is a tacit acknowledgement that Doug Walker's into Wincest.
lightsaber, coming across an old resident.
Nobody's been there for years.
Balls
What's
deep
your
in the
name?
schnauzer. DeadwingDork 2020.
your last
Starting
name
the
that
decade off
presumably
right,
your parents
fuckers.
gave you?
Hang on, hold on. We've got literally the same actress again. Hang on, this is important.
Nobody's been there for years. What's your name?
Rey.
And your last name that presumably your parents gave you?
They didn't.
Odd.
Well, I guess technically it's...
Oh, I see. Because bloodlines don't matter, she's going to say her name is Palpatine, turning that evil name into something strong and hopeful.
Skywalker.
Or she picks Skywalker.
No, instead she picks Skywalker, which is really dumb and lame and stupid. And who was the person? I think, again, it was Cosmonaut who said that Organa probably would have made more sense. It wouldn't have, like, made sense from a narrative perspective, but in terms of the character and the fact that Leia not... Oh, no, I don't think it was Cosmonaut. I think it was Just Right, was the name of the channel, who does some good videos about... movies and screenwriting type stuff, and I think it was him who said that, like, based on everything we know about Rey and her relationship with Leia, and everything we know about Leia and her being like the best representation of like diplomacy and, you know, rebellion and, like, you know, good in Star Wars, she probably should have called herself Rey Organa. But I guess like technically she's a Skywalker, so the point is still made. But boy, the at the end of the day, the point is fuck Jimmy Smits. That's all we know is fuck Jimmy Smits.
A name associated with a dark overlord who killed children.
Younglings.
They're fucking called children.
Yes.
Well, like this
yes.
movie, I guess
Rey
it's in the eye of the
Solo.
beholder.
Yes, Rey Solo, because she has no parents. She's alone, therefore she's solo. So she's Rey Solo. I'm surprised that. Well, I'm not surprised that the movie didn't make that joke, but I'm surprised that more people have not made that joke. That was the first thing that I thought when she was at the fucking festival with, like, the desert planet people, and she was there, and they were like, "What's your family name?" And she was like, "Well, I don't have any parents." I was like, "Rey Solo! I'm Rey Solo!" I was grooving out in the theater, dude. I'm really upset that they didn't play that in the background.
Rise of Skywalker, from my viewpoint, is a mess. I can't act like the previous two were perfect, but it seems especially
I missed.
The motivations keep changing, plot twists seem unearned, the pacing is way too fast, trying to accomplish way too much. And on top of that, it was ugly to look at. Even if you didn't like
Rey
the previous
Mysterio.
two, they
It
were at
wasn't
least
that ugly
visually
looking.
stimulating. This one is grainy, dark, colorless.
I mean, yeah, I guess it was, like, grainy, but it was, like, well shot. It was a visually interesting movie. I was enjoying it. I mean, I was a fucking pleb in 3D glasses, so like I was a popcorn eating loser. I didn't have popcorn, but I did pay like $6 for a fucking blue raspberry slushie. But like, yeah, it wasn't an ugly movie. It looked good. Yeah, it's a little grainy, I guess, but like, that's probably just because you saw it on a big screen.
And sometimes even hard to make out. As this trilogy draws to a close, I can't act like I wasn't introduced to some interesting ideas, but they never felt anchored down by a clear goal. Apart from, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't hate this film by any means. It did give me some cool...
See, the problem with this review, I know there's probably some people who probably have all stopped watching at this point because I'm just talking about Star Wars mostly, but it's like, I want to shit on this review more because I do very much dislike the Nostalgia Critic content. Again, not a bully stream, but like I do genuinely not like the content that he makes, and I have many problems with it. And I wanted to shit on the video more, but it's like it's hard to when I agree with like it's such a low like it's such a low hanging fruit, you know, where it's like a lot of the points that he's made, he never made the point about how fucking Finn and Poe should have been a thing. Honestly, they should have been a thing. Fucking Finn Poe 2020, but like he never made that point. But most of the points that he's made have been reasonable, like things that everybody basically is saying about this movie. So you can't even hate on it that much. This might have honestly been a bad movie to do this kind of stream for, but you know, I saw some people talking about it in the Discord, and it wetted my whistle, you know.
Scenes, and honestly, it is nice to finally.
I felt like another Nostalgia Critic dive. I'll tell you what, if we want to take a look at the behind the scenes footage of this, because that's available, the making of this video. Shut the fuck up, phone, you fucking bitch! I will fuck you. But if you want to see the behind the scenes footage of this, let me know in the chat. But if not, if you have some requests for some other Nostalgia Critic videos that are particularly quality, high quality content, then get those in as well, because I think I want to do another one. I have a whole bottle of Maker's Mark left, fuckers. I am not done yet. God damn it.
100% satisfying. But that's kind of the Star Wars
the wall.
we have.
We did
Where
the
in
wall.
The past, Star Wars seemed to bring fans together, whether for one reason or another.
I heard the Mad
it
Max
now
one is
seems
bad.
to leave them divided.
Nuh-uh, you're wrong.
Drunk
We're not
Deadwing is my
divided.
spirit animal.
We're so
Thank you.
divided.
I
Why don't I
appreciate
just
that.
do what makes everybody money? I mean, happy.
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're together.
I will go with what makes me money.
We disagree that this movie.
I have a Star Wars movie that makes me money.
Get it for me.
I would like that very much.
What was that?
Hey, Mando, you find what
Fury
you're looking
Road.
for?
Yeah,
Everybody's talking about Mad Max. I think we might do Mad Max.
Remember it.
Well, hurry back. You've got someone little waiting for you.
A lot of Melvins as well. What the fuck is that?
That is the most adorable thing I've ever seen.
Too cute, too cute.
Fury Road.
Wait, you all like
Half
this?
a bottle.
How can we?
Oh, I had half a bottle of Jack. I have a full bottle of Maker's
I
Mark.
have
I
never
came
seen
prepared.
anything more precious.
Where can I see
Precious.
more of that?
Well,
Christmas
I guess you can follow
episodes?
us. I mean, we are technically Star Wars.
What? Can't be. It's
Oh.
bringing all these fans together.
Well, without it, I wouldn't be here. Star Wars molded me, shaped me into who I am.
No, I don't know. Melvin, brother of the Joker.
That
What is
powerful
that?
finds life anywhere, even in the most
We might need to
unlikely
watch that
places.
one.
Like
I've
about-
heard of the Mad Max one, but that one sounds special.
Bounty Hunter
That
rated
sounds
Baby Yoda.
ominous.
Yeah, actually,
I
the
like
more I
that.
think about it, I feel like most fans, if they heard that, would hate it.
Yet here we are.
Can I come?
Yeah, me too.
And me?
Sure. Come on, guys. Let's go down a different path.
He is so adorable.
So what do you think? Is there a new hope for Star Wars?
For now. And when that fades,
I like the fucking like fake Star Wars music in the background. It's so close to Star Wars, but it's not. It's great.
another will appear.
I think it's just because I'm done with the Star Wars movies. Doesn't mean I'm done with Star Wars.
And like anything special, it isn't done with you.
Do you think Disney's actually dumb enough to not realize that, like, reaction to the movies and the Mandalorian. You know what I mean? Like, the obvious reaction where the Mandalorian's like a pretty decent show that wasn't massively corporately meddled with, and then the fucking movies are just like this shit show. The one thing, like, that's the thing that I take away, the silver lining from The Rise of Skywalker. It might not have been a great movie. It wasn't a great movie. It was a pretty shitty movie. I would have given it like a 6 out of 10 probably, because it's like a little better. It's like a lot better than I was expecting, and I would say it's better than like Phantom Menace or whatever. But you know, I just, the one silver lining in all of this is that they are now forced, if they want to continue the Star Wars cash cow, they are going to need to do something a little different. Like, yeah, we can make the fucking, like, Han Solo. We can make the fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi show or whatever. We can do all that stuff. We can do that little bit of that, but we're going to have to go full Knights of the Old Republic here, and I'm pretty excited about that. That is the one silver lining of all of the Star Wars shit, is that they're basically obligated to go like Knights of the Old Republic or something else. What the fuck is the name of that alien like species that becomes the new Star Wars enemy in the extended universe? Like, after the Empire is gone, there's like some other alien group that shows up. Maybe they'll do that. Like, that could be kind of cool. I think there was like a tacit acknowledgement of the extended universe, I think, from what I heard. The lightsaber thing at the end of the movie. Maybe we're going to get that here at the end of this review. Dramatic shot of Doug Walker. Oh god. Hey guys, we have a special celebrity guest on the video. I can think of no internet presence better than this man to appear in a Nostalgia Critic video. I can it's a match made in heaven, honestly.
Oh my god.
Chat's loving this.
It was
consumer.
It was so awful. What was that?
That's slightly funny, but to be fair, it's only funny because he is such a fucking Zoom consumer. Yeah, I don't know. That guy is like the poster boy of like. I don't want to be mean because like I remember I'm subscribed to a channel called Amanda the Jedi, and she's pretty cool. She kind of does like Philly D videos, but not Philly D. She's not a robot reptilian creature, so that's so it makes me actually want to watch her. But she talked about there was like some lady on Twitter or something who was like bullying that guy after his reaction video came out, and I remember like. Like a few minutes before I had seen her video on that where she was like, fuck this lady, let this guy enjoy what he wants, and I was like, yeah, you're right. A few minutes before or after that, I had seen Mr. Medicare on stream shitting on this guy. He was watching the reaction. He was like, look at this little soy boy, look at this little pansy or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, fuck this guy. It's amazing how malleable my mind is. I am just a mass of fuck you energy waiting to be pointed at somebody. But yeah, it's like, on some level, let this man enjoy what he wants. He probably shouldn't be bullied, but on some other level, man, if you're gonna cry like that over a fucking, like, not even just any Star Wars, but like this Star Wars, like this iteration of current gen Star Wars, current year Star Wars, if you're gonna be crying about that, I don't know, buddy, you're opening yourself up to a bit of ridicule. That's all I'm saying. But yes, Eric Butt's celebrity cameo, very prestigious, very good. That is a boy.
I can't even wear glasses anymore. It's not canon.
Hey, Doug Walker here. I love the name of this week's charity shout out. It's Action Ministries. It's not quite what you think, but it's still really cool. Action Ministries mobilizes communities to address the challenges of
Thank you.
poverty.
Oh, good. Okay, well, at least they give money to charities. Let's just hope this is one of the real charities and not one of those phony fucking jape charities that spends all the money they get on Chinese food. What was the one? Melvin? Oh yeah, baby, I can type. Melvin, brother of the... Oh no, what is this? 4 years ago? Okay, this one is kind of short. Oh god. Oh, we live in a fucking society, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, alright, we're doing this. Melvin, brother of the Joker. This one's kind of short. We might do this one and then also the Mad Max one. Hang on, let's get a good shot here of our boy.
I'm cool. Hello.
There's our boy. Let's get that full screen while I take a look here at the super chats and things. Oh, let's see here. Oh man, a couple of these. $5 from Artyom Zaitsev. NC looks like a mix between Johnny Sins and my uncle that tried to sell me his infant son for heroin. I could smell that description of that interaction. That's beautiful. $5 from Blue Tin Soldier. Greasy man, I am here to throw more pennies. Tell me of the guitar, and did your fingers hurt when you first started practicing? Yes, they fucking did! And let me give you some fucking, like, shout this shit out from the rooftops. Here's something that they never tell you, people, ladies and gentlemen of the chat. If anybody here is considering learning a stringed instrument, specifically the electric guitar, I cannot speak to other instruments. Maybe the violin isn't like this. Maybe the fucking, like, I don't know, that weird Korean instrument, the zither or whatever. Maybe it's not like this. But the electric guitar, you are going to have a hell of a time wiping your ass after you learn to play the electric guitar. Because there is the period where your hand, your fingers are all like worn and shitty because of the guitar. Because digging into the strings, you know, it's going to cause like blisters and things, and that stops after a while once you become more like when you continue practicing. And even if you stop practicing for a while, when you've played guitar for long enough, it's kind of like your fingers know what to expect. Almost, it's like they're immunized against the strings to an extent. But yeah, like, it goes away after a while. But when you are first learning to play the guitar, you are going to have a hell of a time wiping your ass. That is something that nobody will ever fucking tell you. That is something that nobody has ever mentioned before. But I am surprised. That's why you learn a Spanish acoustic with nylon strings. I am thinking of buying an acoustic guitar, actually. I hope the Boxing Day sales are still on. I don't think they are, but fuck it. I am a music man. I have released 2 songs in 2 days. I'm basically Paul McCartney, okay? Bitches swerve. I'm gonna get that acoustic guitar. But let's see here. Ass Butter with $2. Can I give Suck Daddy woo? I am worth more than $2. I am not a $2 hooker like Bella Thorne. I am at least a $10 hooker, fucker. But thank you very much. Fal Your Pal with $5. Watching this in and out of sleep is a fever dream. I mean, watching this while you're awake is a fever dream if you're doing it right. But thank you. 50 SEK from Anders Pack. I think they managed to make it good by using a hook to finish all of the joint, as they're too stupid to have heard of a fucking tweezer. I have no idea what this comment is in reference to. I have no idea what this is in reference to, but thank you. And I agree. Thank you. I don't know, but Dan with $2. Can someone fill me in on the NC controversy, please? I mean, this stream isn't really about controversy. This is just kind of a general purpose. Let's talk about Star Wars and laugh a little bit at some kind of cringy YouTube content. But the NC controversy, I guess, if you want to be filled in, there's a lot of videos that do talk about it. I think already fucking burps. That's what alcoholism gets you, folks. That and like 6 pounds of mozzarella baked tortellini stuff. It was very good. That was my lunch today. I want more of it, but I ate it all. I'm very upset about that. But yeah, the NC controversy. I think Frederick Knudsen read through the document on stream, the Channel Awesome document that exposed a lot of shit that was going on. Channel Awesome's still around, so that's interesting. I don't know. They're like this shambling. It's like I pointed this out before. Back in the day, on that guy with the glasses, which was the name of Nostalgia Critic's site back in the day, he and his other people like Linkara and Brad Jones and Spoonie and Film Brain and like Nostalgia Chick. I know way too many of these names. Please stop me. Somebody stop me. But they would occasionally like show up in the reviews, and they would be like, a guest contributor or whatever. And it was kind of cool. It was pretty cool. It was the same kind of vibe that you get from like when Vinny and Joel play a game together or something. It's like this cool crossover thing. It's like two DC Comics superheroes joining up. And that was kind of the vibe back in the day a little bit, especially with like the crossover movies. Everybody shits on those Nostalgia Critic movies, but like they're bad. But back in the day, like they were, if you were a fan of that was kind of hype. That was some hype shit. It might have been bad and hard to sit through, but you would at least have been interested because you were invested in the like personalities that were involved in it. And it was, it was an event thing. It was kind of cool. If you were one of the losers like me who was like aware, who knew who Lord Cat and all of these people in these videos were, it was like, yeah, this is kind of cool. You get to see them in this like stupid thing that they put together. It's kind of fun. But now Channel Awesome is such a fucking ghost. It's such a fucking fragment of what it was. It's like all of the other creators basically left the site. Because nobody wants to work with Mike Michaud and these fucking people. Nobody wants to fucking work with these people. So now the only people that are left in Channel Awesome are like Doug Walker's fucking retinues, his token black guy and his token women, and his like 3 other people that he does his skits with. It's kind of sad. I mentioned this the last time when we looked at the wall video that he did, but it's like back in the day, you might have disagreed with the point of the video, maybe you might have not found it funny, but if you also liked Obscurus Lupa or whoever and she showed up, or Spoonie or whatever, Dr. Insano showed up in a sketch, it was like, hey, I know that character, I clapped because I recognized blank. It was kind of fun back in the day, but like now that whole like sense, that whole like kind of network of people, that's just gone. And it's just like Nostalgia Critic and his weird like hangers on. It's really sad. It's honestly really fun. Like he can't even get multiple people to play. He is doing a scene in his last video where he has fucking Leia and Rey being played by the same fucking quote unquote actress. The same like lady is playing both of these characters in the same scene. And like fucking the black dude just plays every black character regardless of gender. Like the joke shouldn't be that you've got a token black guy. That shouldn't be the joke. I don't even know if that's the joke. I think it's literally just there's like not that many people who will fucking work with Doug Walker anymore. Like I mean, I say that, but then I find like thumbnails where it's like him with Chris Stuckman or whoever, people that I might actually potentially watch, and I'm like, oh god, oh no. I spent like a couple days like binge watching some fucking Cinema Snob like a few months ago, and then he showed up in the fucking wall review. Do you know how bad I felt? Do you know how betrayed I felt? I watched that man shit on Big Bang Theory for 3 hours. And then he just goes and shows up in a fucking Nostalgia Critic skit. It's like I watched him have sex with my mother. It's Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's like not that many people besides like occasionally Brad Jones and once in a while some other YouTube internet person will actually like really work with Doug. Everybody has left the site, and it's kind of sad now watching these videos where it's just like it's this fucking skeleton crew of people that are still willing to hang on. Fucking Stockholm syndrome actors willing to hang on after all of the controversy. But that was a brief 20-minute diatribe about the nostalgia critic controversy as asked by Dan. There you go. There's a quick fill in on the nostalgia. It only took a half an hour of stream time. It's fine. Bis Ditch with $5. I'm not drunk enough for this shit. Take a shot with me, Claw-sama, and happy current year, XO. I mean, if you say so. Man, I gotta try some sake someday. But thank you. Dan with $2. Preach, my dude. $5 from Goof Troop. Luke, give me milkies. Yeah, that was basically Luke in that scene with the blue, smooth titty walrus blue milk that Luke just drinks straight from the fucking teat like a hobo. Like a hobo doing a cow tilting. Is that a thing? What is the name of that thing? Cow tipping. That's what it's called. Jesterhead with $2. Run over Doug in my 2003. Sorry, I have to read this correctly. Run over Doug in my 2003 Honda Civic I must. Yeah, you know those Dougs glow in the dark. That's what I've heard. Those CIA Dougs, they glow in the dark. $5 from Connor Logan. Hope the stream wasn't too painful, you rock dork. Hope to see you on EFAP. You probably have a good time ripping this film apart with those guys. I'm not familiar with EFAP, except that I saw them do a stream, which I commented about this on Twitter, and I'll stand behind this because I thought it was a little bit funny. I'm not that familiar with them, but I know that like Mahler is involved. I think what's his name, JXE. I think he's friends with that crew. So like I watch his videos. I think some of the people involved in that are kind of cool, and I've seen some cool people on that stream. But they did like a 13-hour stream where they shit on Jenny Nicholson talking about Joker. Like she talked about Joker for like half an hour, and she said she didn't like it that much, and they went for like 13 hours talking about Jenny Nicholson, and I'm like, dude, I really hope that there was more to that stream than just them shitting on Jenny Nicholson for 13 hours, because holy fucking shit. That is some restraining order shit. But no, I mean, I'm sure they're fun dudes. That's probably like some marathon thing. It's probably not like them all just shitting on Jenny Nicholson for 13 hours or whatever. It's probably a fun time. I'm sure they're pretty cool. $2 from Ass Butter. You are my Deadwing diaper daddy. Not on this stream, fucker. If I can avoid it, we're not gonna see any fuckers in diapers on this stream. But honestly, I wouldn't put it past Doug. Not a bully stream. Behind you with $2 in Russian, I believe. Donates in Russian. It's like well, it's $2 R. I assume that's Russian. It might be Romanian or something. But behind you with $2, have you checked Lasagna Cat? I'm not sure what that is, but I do know about a sexy Garfield reviewing a microwave lasagna. I don't. Shut the fuck up, phone! I will put you in the ground! Yeah, I don't know if you saw that shit, but sexy Garfield reviewing a microwave lasagna. It was very good. Very, very fun time. Very sexy. I don't know of Lasagna Cat, though. $2 from Dan. You legit have to build a callus to play guitar. Yeah. The only real way, like, that's kind of the thing. The only real way to play guitar effectively is to kind of play through the pain. It's kind of like a dedication thing that I kind of like it, honestly. I guess I'm a masochist, but I kind of like that it's like you need to like hurt yourself. Fun fact about me, I forget what I was playing. I think it might have been some fucking 90s Metallica like an asshole. I think I might have been trying to learn The House That Jack Built, because that's a good song. Fuck you. And I think my fucking... I forget if it was that or it might have been Blind Guardian, but something that I was playing at like 3 a.m. a couple of years ago, my fucking fingers started to bleed, and I was like, okay, this is the moment where we stop playing the guitar. Because, like, yeah, you're playing a guitar. It's literally just you, like tough, forcefully gripping into metal strings that are like thin wires. They're like the kind of wires you could garrote somebody with. You're playing on a guitar, so it's yeah, it can hurt your fingers. It can rip them up pretty bad. I literally played my guitar to the point of my fingers bleeding. I've never even seen somebody do that live, so I guess I just have bitch fingers. But that's why you play the guitar, to strengthen up your fucking fingers, bitch. You're gonna just be a bitch and get calluses playing the guitar? Fuck you! I can play my guitar anytime I fucking want now. I could go for hours. Man, I got mad skills on the guitar. I can fucking fly those licks and those riffs, homie. And I can do that I can do that shit, and I don't have to have my fingers bleeding anymore. I don't have to feel the pain of trying to wipe your ass after playing the guitar, because my fingers are tough man fingers now. You know? This is serious business. You don't fuck with fingers like this. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. $2 from Bis Ditch. DeadwingDork is my favorite. What a great final super chat to read as we return to the scheduled content. Now, people told... Oh, hang on. Before we return to the scheduled content, I have to go real quick grab my bottle of Maker's Mark, because apparently I am actually not drunk enough. So I will be right immediately back, and we will get into whatever the fuck Melvin, brother of Joker, is, which a lot of people were recommending to me, and if you didn't see before, has a pretty spicy like to dislike ratio. It's pretty good. So we're gonna get into that. That's gonna be pretty exciting. But shut up, you fucking hack fraud. I mean, not a bully stream. Hang on, let me just go grab my other booze. What about second booze? We had first booze, but what about second booze? Hang on. Okay, we have returned with second booze. Everything is fine. Now, the moment that defined a generation. Melvin, the brother of the Joker.
Melvin, brother of the Joker. Melvin, brother of the Joker. Melvin.
Wow, thanks! I already hate it! I really already hate this.
Hello.
This is so good.
I am Melvin, the brother of the Joker. I'm sure a lot of you haven't heard of me, but I am the brother of, yes, the infamous Joker. You know, why so serious, you know, all that stuff. Actually, I too have...
So this was posted 4 years ago. This was posted in 2015. Oh, originally aired in 2009. Oh, this is one of Doug's worst sketches ever. Wow, even they're saying it. Okay, that's cool. So I can officially bully this. Wow, get a load of this fucking guy. Get a load of this fucking guy. Okay, bullying done. Thank you. But yeah, one of Doug's worst sketches ever. It's amazing that they're willing to say that, considering the caliber of content that they like currently post on here. But apparently this is from 2009. So when I was about to say, okay, this is like a little late for Joker comedy, honestly, it's not. This is right around the time that the Joker memes were a thing. So in context, let's keep in mind, this came out at a time when the Joker meme, the why so serious and all that, was still kind of a thing. So, you know, maybe it's not going to be the worst thing in the world.
I've been working on my own catchphrase. Sploopity splooch. May not be as catchy, but I think it works. So, yeah. All right. First of all, I'd like to welcome all of the newcomers to my blog. Hello. Hopefully we're going to talk a lot about evil. Lots of nasty evil. Did I repeat myself? I guess it doesn't matter. Because evil does repeat itself. It's all about getting that massive... Oh, God. I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway, okay, so...
you know what's amazing is, like, okay, so this was released in 2009, right? And, like, we're all, like... Everybody kind of agrees that 2009 YouTube and 2009 memes and internet in general kind of don't, like... They kind of don't hold up that well in the current landscape. They're kind of awful. They're kind of like really cringy and bad. But like the thing that defines that is that, you know, when most of the terrible cringy content in 2009 happened, or 2008 or 2010 or whatever, years and years ago, when most of the cringy content that we're thinking about was made, it was being made by idiots who were fucking 12, who are now perfectly legitimate members of society. So it's just interesting watching a fully grown ass man sitting here in like makeup and the green hair and everything. He's going the full 9 yards. And and he's doing this. He's putting himself out. It's just amazing to see a full, like, grown adult like make this and think it's fine and just put it on the internet. And it's like like you would expect somebody now to look back on something like this and go, oh, that was a mistake. Haha. I was 12 back then. I was such an idiot 12-year-old. Ha ha ha. Now I'm, you know, older and I recognize what a Dumbo I was. But back then, no, this was just Doug. This was just full-grown adult Doug thinking that this was, like, fine. And I mean, yeah, they do say that this is one of his worst sketches ever. I guess that's fair. But I don't know. Like, you still posted it, you know? You still thought this was fine at some point in time. I don't know.
Today's secret subject, or not secret, I mean, it's all secret, don't tell anybody, but, you know, today's big subject is ray guns. Now, the thing about ray guns is that they are very, very expensive, as I found out. So what you're gonna want to do, if you want to get a ray gun...
Alright, bitches, I have not had Maker's Mark in, like, months.
You can get. There's,
And the last time I had it with fucking ice and probably Coke too, like an absolute bitch. Fuck that. Warm straight from the bottle. That's how true alcoholics do it.
There's laser. There's solar. There's
what is happening? What is happening?
What's that? Fire bullets. I guess that'd just be a gun. There's
Oh my
We're busy
God.
right now. There's
Is that supposed to be his, like, mom or something?
That shoot raisins. I haven't seen that as much.
Oh, shut up.
But they do exist. I saw them
Holy
big.
shit.
What?
Can we just, like, acknowledge that Doug Walker's main thing when he tries to be funny is to just be annoying? That's, like, his main thing. That's his ace in the hole. That's his trick up his sleeve, is to just be annoying. I mentioned this before in the last time that I shit on Nostalgia Critic. I mentioned that, like, I remember the video. I don't remember what video it was, but I remember the video that I stopped watching Nostalgia Critic, and I was like, boy, everybody in the comments keeps saying that he's, like, not that funny. I don't get it, guys. I just don't get it. I'm such a fan of this Nostalgia Critic guy. And then I watched this video, and I forget which one it was. It might have been, it was like this fucking, I think it was like this kids movie from, like, the 80s or something. Oh, God, I don't remember what it was called. But yeah, I remember he did this video where he just... Something happened and it was supposed to be funny and he just screamed for like 30 seconds straight. He literally just, the camera turned to him and he just started fucking screaming for like 30 seconds. And it was at that point when I said, okay, maybe this guy's not that funny. Maybe this isn't that funny. And now we're like, again, this is 2009. It's hard to say that this represents modern Nostalgia Critic. But I feel like we just saw his most recent video, and honestly, a big part of it is still just like annoying you to be funny. A big part of his comedy is still just trying to be annoying to be funny, which I feel is somewhat counterproductive. I don't know. Call me crazy. But Melvin! Let's get back to it.
Thirsty, make me some hot chocolate.
No, I'm busy! I'm busy!
What?
That's my, secretary. She is, very, very evil indeed.
Why haven't you taken out the garbage yet?
Mom, please don't annoy me!
You see, the joke is he's a loser who lives with his mom. That's the joke. See, the joke is that he lives with his mom.
To keep it down, mother.
That's the joke. He said mother because it's his mom. That's why it's funny. You should be laughing, you fucking swine.
Hurting my ears.
So anyway.
Such a failure.
Mom!
Why can't you stop?
I will not stop. I need to do this, Mom. I have people watching.
Wait, I had some hot chocolate the whole time.
Was I?
Isn't that funny?
Ray guns. Yes, ray guns. Now
Joker
I have someone who is actually
2019.
working.
Yeah, this is basically the Joker movie.
And no, it is not my mother. I should probably address that. I do, in fact, live with my mother. I'm not ashamed to say that. I just take a little longer to get going, as opposed to other people. I see no shame in it.
I like the guy trying to spell Melvin one letter at a time in the chat. That's good. You take that meme and reappropriate it into something that won't get you probably banned by my mods. Did you do that? You go that extra mile. Strive for greatness, hero. You can do it. Wow, man, they tell you not to drink, but honestly, like this, let's be honest, this is making the stream more fun. Come on. This is
Even though she constantly does. So, basically what I like... Okay, I just slipped her about 50 Vicodin, so I think we're good. Now, one of the things... My God, she's like an ox. Okay, I just slipped a whole packet of NyQuil into her milk. She's gonna take a little nap now. So, yeah, ray guns. I see a lot of villains using them, but, let's be honest, people. You don't...
Wow, that Maker's Mark hits hard, holy shit.
Need them. What is it that a laser gun can do that a normal gun can't do?
Wow, he's out.
Destroy cities, sure, but if you get a gun that's...
How does that have the... Hang on. How does this have the... Oh, it's 45% alcohol. That makes sense. I can really taste that 5%. Damn.
Big enough.
By the way, this stream is not meant for anybody under the age of... whatever age doesn't get me a $40,000 fine. I don't know, YouTube. Just let me have fun. Fuck you. Stop being a minefield to just, like, have fun on YouTube, you fucking assholes.
Could do that. I don't know where you'd buy the bullets, but I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure they are out there. Massive, massive bullets.
What a society.
Okay, maybe a ray gun would be a very, very good thing.
Yes,
to get.
Zara, he is drunk.
But I do not have the money for some. I've been debating whether or not how to. I've been thinking how to get.
And he's gone. I am still perfectly within my faculties. I would say between me and this fucker in the green hair and makeup, pretending his mom is yelling at him.
I'm sorry. I just.
I'm the one of the two of us that's less
stress,
crazy.
You know, I still haven't gotten the job. You know, what am I talking about? Evil's my job, yes, because I am Melvin, the brother of the Joker.
Oh, God.
She woke up, my God, how did she wake
There's
up?
like one joke.
I'll help you in a minute, Mom! So, yeah, ray guns, I don't...
The thing is like, there's something to be said if you're like a YouTube comedian or whatever. You're an internet comedian, sketch comedy guy, you're doing a joke, you're doing a video like this. There's something to be said for a running gag in the video. Like the main joke of the video is one general gag, which in this case is his mom going, Melvin! But the thing is, that's only funny if it's not something that everybody knows. You know what I mean? Like loser nerd guy lives with his mom is not an original funny joke. You can't carry a video on a joke like that. You just can't do that. It's just not going to be funny. You can carry a video on an original, interesting joke, maybe subvert it at the end, do something that you might not have been expecting. But when your whole video joke is just, it's funny because he lives with his mom because he's a loser, because it's funny because he lives with his mom because he's a loser, because it's funny because he lives with his mom. Yeah, it stops being funny pretty quick. Like, we get the joke. I don't know. I mean, I say that. I don't remember this sketch when I was a fan of Nostalgia Critic. This might have been, like, removed. I don't know. I remember he had the bum sketches, the 1 minute reviews or whatever with the bum character. And even at the time, I remember I liked those because I was stupid. But even at the time, other people on the like Nostalgia Critic forums, that guy with the glasses forums, and the comment sections were also like, "Yeah, this is not funny. This is really not that funny. You shouldn't make these anymore. You should stop making these. These aren't funny." So I don't remember this specific sketch, but I guess in 2009, I don't know. In 2009 was a joke about he lives with his mom, so it's funny because he lives with his mom because it's funny. I'm not doing that again. But was a joke like that a whole lot funnier 10 years ago? I don't think it was. Or 11 years ago, I guess, at this point. But I don't think it was. I feel like that still wouldn't have been enough to carry a video that was... How long is this? Fucking nearly 10 minutes?
See the necessity of
Such
them.
a failure.
Mom! So,
which Joker is he
I
parodying?
do not see the
again,
necessity.
this was posted in 2009. So this is a within the period of when the Joker meme was relevant. So if he does a Joker meme, if he says, like at the beginning of the video, he said something about, "I'm the brother of the Joker, you know, not so serious," and all that. It's like, or why so serious, rather. That's all still relevant at this time. So we can like cast our minds back to 2009, to April 12th, 2009, early 2009, when that was still a meme, when The Dark Knight had come out like a year before, and this was still like fresh. I don't know. I still don't feel like this would be that funny. I can't imagine having found this that funny, even back then. I don't know. And they do say this is one of Doug's worst sketches ever. So like they're aware of it, but even still, let's just bask in the enjoyment of this.
But
I have never heard of this, but I asked people to suggest other Doug Walker, other Nostalgia Critic videos, and multiple people were saying Melvin, brother of the Joker. And this is like the thing is, they call this one of Doug's worst sketches ever, and they're probably not wrong, but doesn't this just represent the whole channel in a way? Doesn't this just kind of represent what the fucking... This is the saddest part, too. This was released in 2009. Early 2009. The 4th month of 2009. This is well over a decade ago at this point. And this is kind of prophetic. This is like the level of comedy that his fucking current sketches are on, where it's just like, hey, it's funny because it's Doug Walker in a stupid like costume. And we made some like really low-hanging fruit joke about like something, you know. It's just not that funny. But it's amazing because like this was 2009. This was when he was still making videos that weren't completely terrible. So it's incredible to watch this now and be like, wow, this is basically the future. This is what he wants the channel to be. That's the scariest thing. They call this one of Doug's worst sketches ever. But this, make no mistake, this is what he wants the channel to be. He does not want to be the Nostalgia Critic sitting at a desk talking about the objective or subjective, perhaps, flaws and merits of a movie. He does not want to critique a movie. He wants to dress up in these stupid fucking costumes and do these terrible sketches. This is what he wants the channel to be. We call this one of Doug's worst sketches ever, but honestly, this is basically what his channel just is now. It's just terrible sketch comedy.
We'll somehow get one. Actually, I have a friend who was actually building me one. He works at Circuit City. I think I will just give him a call right now. It's ringing. Hey, B, how you doing? Melvin.
Yeah, isn't it funny how he looks the same 10 years ago? He looks like just as old.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't think.
When you say somebody like Keanu Reeves looks the same as he did in 1994, that's like a compliment. But this is like, it's like the opposite. It's like you grew into an old man at the age of 25, and you've just been a weird old man ever since. You look basically the same, like the same weird, gross old man 10 years ago. That
you forget me. So
not a bully stream. Not a bully stream.
How's our ray gun doing there?
Objective criticism.
Well, what, let's see. Well, does it still shoot lasers like we thought? Oh. Well, how large is it? 2 so that's like, that can fit in my pocket. It's not really a gun, that's more of a toy. Well, what does it fire? Fires cashews. Well, that's not gonna be very threatening to the hero, is it? No, it is not.
Ha ha ha, it fires cashews. It's funny because why would you fire cashews? It's funny because cashews are not what you would expect to be fired in a situation like that. Boy, this isn't funny.
I don't care if the hero is allergic to nuts. That's not gonna work. Okay. Calm down. Not talking to you. I'm talking to me. No, I didn't mean to yell at you. No. Do you really want me to sing it now?
Got a song too. We've got a musical number. I'm
There's
so
a
excited for this.
place
Here we go, guys.
all over the world tonight. We will see each other.
Yeah.
All throughout the night. Out of sight. Okay, so I can't remember the words, alright? I don't care. You know what? I don't care.
By the way, I had a new song. I showed in the beginning of the stream the song that I finished making today. And I might continue finishing it. I might like do some more mixing or whatever, but I actually had a new song from like yesterday that I posted. 2 songs in 2 days. Again, I am literally Paul McCartney with peace and love. But yeah, I had this song from yesterday, and I'm basically rapping in it. I think it's okay. It comes off okay. I think I did the best I could. I wanted to do a rap. I kind of like hip hop. I'm a big fan of like instrumental hip hop, but like I wanted to do like some rapping, I guess. And I tried to do it in a way that was the least white Canadian. So I had to pitch down my voice and do an Ultron impression, basically. It's great. You can, if you listen closely, you can really hear the phlegm in the back of my throat. Oh yeah. It's not I feel like some people would probably hate it. I feel like especially one person might fucking hate it. But
I'm evil, and I'm going to destroy you, with or without your
New
cashew.
Horizons
Goodbye.
for me. I'm a fucking YouTube rapper now.
Yeah, I'll see you Tuesday.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Kids! So yeah, I'm realizing this wasn't a very good beginning blog.
Yeah, this is just amazing. Like, I'm watching this, you know, and I'm like, I'm seeing this guy in this stupid fucking costume, and he's doing this stupid fucking this terrible like sketch. And again, not trying to bully you, but like you say it yourself. Channel Awesome. This is one of Doug's worst sketches ever. And it's like, it's amazing watching this because a lot of us in chat probably, I personally have like not exactly sketches, but shit like this that I am never going to show to the public that I made like in 2010 or whatever, 2011, that I thought was really funny and witty and original. And like, it's amazing because I was like 15. You know, I was like fucking 15 when I thought that this kind of thing was funny. But he was making this kind of like cringy, embarrassing like sketch that you would look back on 10 years later and be like, "Oh God, was I really this big of an asshole?" He was making this when he was a fully grown adult. It's really easy to forget that, but he was an old man back when he started, and he is just older now. If anything, he's worse now. Oh god. But even back then, he was like old enough that he probably should have known that this was not funny or wanted or like watchable in any way. Jesus Christ.
But my guess is that the next ones are going to be better because going to do a lot more robbing, a lot more stealing of things, and maybe, just maybe, I might pant somebody. Maybe a certain somebody with pointed ears and wears all black. That's right.
It's very sexy.
The human
ant. It's very sexy boy.
Yeah. Okay, human ant. He's not as big as someone like Batman or Superman, but he is still a very impressive superhero. I mean, I don't think it matters that he lives right next door to me. I think that's still very,
I still
very...
prefer kids watching this guy to someone like J-Station, says a chat member, which is somehow still considered okay for kids. Yeah, I guess. The thing with Doug Walker, though, is I don't think he thinks that he's making videos for kids. I think he thinks that this is like... I don't know if it's art, but like I think he thinks higher of it than we probably do, you know? Like, it's one thing to be like, oh, this is fine for children, but I don't think he's targeting children. I don't think that's the point of his videos. I think they're for adults. Which is just terrifying, but yeah. Oh god. Oh, sorry, I'm just looking at the chat now.
Impressive. I know a superhero that can
I'm good, thanks.
obliterate... No, not obliterate, that's what I do. That can save people from me obliterating the world. Yes, that is very impressive. I'm sure that's a lot better than half the people you know. So, just to reiterate, ray guns, waste of time. The human ant is my arch nemesis. God, I can't talk today. I think that's it. This will be the first of many evilness that will be coming. So, again, this is Melvin, brother of the Joker, signing off, and Mom!
Come kiss me good.
Man, this poor fucking guy is just sitting in this sad little bedroom, like, dressed up in this stupid fucking costume. It's like jerking himself off on camera. It's like, this is just the saddest thing. Oh man, F's in chat, everybody. But yeah, that was Melvin, brother of the Joker. I think we're going to watch one more because even though we've been going for like 3 hours or some shit at this point, I still have a full bottle of Maker's Mark. And you know what? To go back to the super chats, $2 from Gabe. Claw is nowhere near full drunk yet. Be careful. You're fucking right. This is 45% scotch. Anything could happen. I could start pissing myself right now. Wow, these are bold frontiers, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to get through one more video. $5 from Stale Meme Productions. My dad used to remove car windows with guitar strings. I'm not sure the logistics of that, but that sounds pretty cool and interesting. $1 from Ass Butter. $2.99 from Ben Crabtree. What in the name of God did I walk into, hell? Question mark. I like the formatting of that sentence. It's like, what in the name of God did I walk into, and also hell? Question mark. It's very good. I'm not sure, but it was something terrible. $2 from Basan Kappa. What a society. $2 from Sean Turner. Fuck you. $2 from Sean Turner. Critics rise up. We live in a society. Ben Crabtree with $5. Wing, this video plus alcohol could lead to cardiac arrest. Please, I beg of you. Bitch, it's World War III. You think I care about my own fucking physical well-being, motherfucker? Thank you, though. Thank you for your looking out for me, because I'm certainly not doing that for myself. $2 Russian from Behind You. Don't look behind you. Gotcha Life Deep Dive when? I have considered that recently. I was not aware of that, because when I hear gotcha, I think of gotcha games, you know, like the 1,000 or so Final Fantasy gotcha games made by Square Enix and all those other gotcha games. I think of those. But apparently Gacha Life is like its own whole entire other crazy fucking shit. So we might look into that at some point. That's definitely a possibility. Apparently there's like drama in the Gacha Life community also, so that's interesting. But yeah, let's see here. $5 from Basan Kappa. For the sake of Christ on toast, make it stop. Put me back. I'm not done. I'm not done. Yeah, well, don't worry. The last one has stopped. It's fine. $2 from Bis Ditch. Another shot. Hey, I can't say no to the super chats. Hey, what do you know? Hey. Oh God. Okay. We did it. $5 from Dis Dan Dan. While you're reading super chats, I'm gonna say good night. Got to be up in the early in the morning. Good night, Deadwing and chat. Love y'all. Well, good night, sir. I hope you've had a fun stream. This has been pretty enjoyable so far for myself, due in no small part to Kentucky's finest. I think the other one's from Tennessee, so this is like a battle of the states. Very exciting. $5 from Blue Tin Soldier. The grease it seethes, for Doug we grieve, for terrible is the comedy his acoustic mind weaves. That is beautiful. Thank you for that. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to look into one more video here, and I think the chat has spoken. It's going to be Mad Max, which is apparently one of his worst videos. I've heard some things about this one. This is another 27-minute long one. I'm going to probably not stop so often with like long diatribes, because I have not seen Mad Max Fury Road and I have no opinions about the series or the characters or anything. So if you were upset before that, send out the notifications to your friends. The stream has started again. I know everybody probably left. I haven't actually checked the viewers, but I know everybody probably left after I started just talking about Star Wars. But I promise we're just shitting on Doug Walker now. But it's not a bully stream. I promise YouTube. I promise it's not a bully stream. It's a fair use critique stream. But yeah, we're going to be looking at Mad Max Fury Road here, which again I've heard is one of his worst nostalgia critic videos. 51,000 likes, 7,000 dislikes. So keep in mind that ratio. Keep in mind 51,000 to 51,000 to 7,000 dislikes. Keep that in mind as we're watching this, and ask yourself in your heart of hearts if you feel the dislike.
Mad Max Fury Road. This movie was incredible.
There are movies, and then there's Fury Road.
It kicked our asses so much it kicked our mama's ass.
No other film will ever be better than Fury Road.
Sitting in the theater like this.
Fury Road is the greatest film ever, and I have not even seen it.
Dad, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life.
It is everything that you want and more. Go, watch, see this
I think I'd rather watch the lady on the news talk about Mad Max than...
My name is Critic, and my world is Mad Max. As the internet went more batshit crazy for Fury Road, it was hard to tell who was more batshit crazy.
Deadwing, if I give you $2
everyone else.
I will enlist for Vietnam.
I am the one who runs.
Well, I mean, you're the one that's completely in control of the situation. Why are fucking subtitles on now? Why did this happen? Hang on. What? I didn't... What? How did they get turned on? That's insane. Okay.
Fanboys and the haters. I mean, it's good. Really good. But is it the masterpiece everyone praises? Hell, I have to be careful. Even just thinking that can piss off some extreme fanboys out there.
You know what's kind of sad is, like, Doug Walker... I've thought often in the past, watching Red Letter Media, because I am a pretty big Red Letter Media fan. I'm basically a shill of theirs. I get paid by Red Letter Media to talk good about them, except for that one stream where I talked about some past shit that happened, but let's just forget that happened. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Red Letter Media, and I go back and I watch like the Plinkett reviews from time to time, and I'm like, this. I don't know if they knew when they were making this. This is one of those things where they just kind of like influenced a whole like, I don't know, genre of content. Like there's this whole entire like genre of fucking content that's been influenced by like Red Letter Media and by the Plinkett reviews, and even just by like Half in the Bag and Best and the Worst. Like they've been around for a while now too. And I just, it's amazing sometimes when I watch this and I see Doug Walker, and I know that he thinks so highly of himself. He's so full of himself from all we know of him, that it's just kind of amazing. He probably thinks that he's had the effect on like internet review content or whatever that like Red Letter Media actually has, or like that like AVGN actually has. It's worth noting that Doug Walker is basically just an AVGN ripoff. Like he was kind of like the first one. And so he was the first one, so it was like a novelty, and they were like, oh, okay, haha, we'll do a rivalry, haha. Haha. Just smell the eggs, Yoshi. But, it's like, I think he's more full of himself than he probably should be for being a guy who basically just took what AVGN was doing and applied it to movies, and then was not even as like influential or interesting as the Plinkett reviews, which came out after he started doing his thing. I don't know. I know that he is pretty full of himself from all that I've heard about Doug Walker. He thinks that he's like hotter shit than he might actually be. And it's just fascinating to me watching this whole intro here was what got me into this, where it's like we're zooming in on the back of his head. It's
really
like,
good. But is it the masterpiece?
Yeah, it's the Critic, everybody. It's our boy. He's the Critic. He's the Critic. He's the internet movie critic. He is the Critic. It's in his name. And it's like I don't know. I'm pretty sure if we zoomed in slowly on the back of Rich Evans' head, that would have more of an effect right now than this.
Everyone praises. Hell, I have to be careful. Even just thinking that can piss off some extreme fanboys out there. Like,
epic review.
This we hear about you hating Fury Road.
I never said I hate it. I thought it was good.
Good! Don't you know on the internet that's the same as saying it's bad?
Well, I just thought it was short on story and not very practical.
Did you hear that, Impractical Joe?
It is not about the logical necessity, but the excuse to display the amazingly action-packed, awesomely awesomeness. We even have a station running 24-hour Mad Max imagery, so that the people can see how superior Fury Road is.
Honestly, I always thought Thunderdome was the best one.
Mediocre! Destroy him, my fanboys! Destroy
I don't think anybody
all
likes
his
Thunderdome. It's an incorrect opinion.
Pitch Perfect 2 beats Mad Max box office. And Kendrick is so overrated. Stop him! Nobody likes Thunderdome, the best in Mind Cave house thingy.
You can't beat the Fury Road, Raggedy Man. Even Monster Block!
This is just a whole bunch of shit that's just not in the movie. Like, I don't know. I can't imagine myself as an adult person who watches movie reviews. Even like in 2015. This video was posted in 2015. This was posted in September 23rd, 2015. Back in 2015, Ralph the Movie Maker was doing his videos about like the fucking DC movies and shit and how bad they were. And they were fine. They were fine fucking videos that weren't like this. I can't imagine, even in 2015, when I was stupider than I was now. And I'm pretty fucking stupid now, especially when I'm drunk. But I can't even imagine in 2015 I would have clicked on a review of, like, okay, hey, I'm whatever. I want to see a review. I want to see some people talk about a movie. It's going to be interesting. And I click on this video. And it's just like, how many minutes into this are we? We're 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's just this sketch that just doesn't stop. At this point in time, I would be like looking ahead in the video for when the part of the video actually starts where he's like sitting in front of the desk and he's like doing the video, you know? Like I was watching some old Drew Gooden earlier today And there was this one video, it was his 100,000 subscriber special, which came immediately after his 5,000 subscriber special. And it was like a 2-minute sketch or something in the beginning. First of all, it was an actual interesting comedic sketch. It was actually funny and enjoyable and made me laugh, and unlike this. But it was like 2 minutes or something in the beginning before he actually got to the sit down at the desk part of the video, and I was like, already like a minute in, I was like scanning ahead to see when the real video starts. That's what would happen with me. Even in 2015, I would have clicked on this, I would have been like, oh, what's this? And I would have scanned through it, and I would have been like, when does the video start? Oh, it never starts. Oh, it's just this stupid fucking sketch till the end of the video. Oh, okay. Click off the video. I don't know where the fucking people are that are watching this video and like enjoying it. I just don't understand.
Fury Road better! Thunderdome win! Fury Road better! Thunderdome win!
Fury chode.
Drive!
Worst braces ever.
Just drive!
Says who?
My foot!
Treason, betrayal, and enjoy your Thunderdome!
It's in a lot of work.
Ride, my beloved fanboys. Show him a world of excess testosterone.
Watch it! You watch it! You're with me! Here, apply the never fully explained silver chrome.
This isn't chrome, it's cake glaze!
Oh, what a glaze! What a lovely glaze!
Screaming! Oh, look at these effects, guys. Look at the screaming and the effects and the terrible, terrible, terrible effects. Isn't this funny? Isn't this just so funny? DeadwingDork clocks make it funny. Hey, I'm trying. Hang on, you need me to drink some more? I'll try to drink some more. I'll see if that makes it funny. Pawns of movies.
Does Tom Hardy always have to wear shit on his face?
That is not true, because Lele Pons has quite the ass on her, and I don't think that Doug Walker can say the same.
Fucking Fury Road.
What? You didn't like it?
We are minus
It was a
one
great rush, but why does that make him bad?
reason that I would ever watch his
So
video.
you're one of those first two films people.
Actually, I like Thunderdome the best. Did Tina Turner's popularity drop recently?
Sorry, but no one likes Thunderdome the best.
What is with everybody's hatred of Thunderdome?
We'll just sit here until you take it back.
What's your name?
Curiosa.
Curiosa? Aren't you curious how I can like Thunderdome more than the other films? Even Fury Road? Just keep driving and I'll explain.
Well...
Mad Max never hit #1 at the box office. Many were surprised by this, but...
Cool robot hand. I think I have a new waifu.
We're running low on fuel. Boost the engine with some intense fast motion stairs.
Oh my god. This is what he thinks is funny. This is what he thinks is funny. This is his joke. Is him opening his mouth and doing a soy boy face. This is the joke. That is what the joke is in this scene. It's just him making a stupid fucking face. But Doug's not like the other girls.
Okay, so we know the Mad Max movies take place in an apocalyptic future where ex-cop Max loses his family. In Fury Road, he saves the abused wives of a religious dictator who controls all the water. It also gives us arguably some of the best action in movie history.
Right.
But does incredible action and an adrenaline rush equal a great film?
You do have a penis, don't you?
Okay, but 96% on Rotten Tomatoes grade?
Oh, it got 96%? That's awesome.
Yeah, until you realize that according to the critics, that technically means it's better than Pulp Fiction, Fargo, Jurassic Park, Exorcist, Die Hard, Hunt for Red October, Terminator 2, and every Indiana Jones movie.
Really?
Yeah, I think people got so hyped up on the adrenaline that they forgot it's just a simple chase movie.
And what makes your precious Thunderdome less mediocre?
Because the chase is only the climax. The rest is character, story, and unforgettable lines.
Who said the first two films didn't have memorable lines?
Name one right now.
Oh, what a lovely...
That's Fury Road.
Witness me!
Fury Road.
Let's see.
It's Fury Road, isn't it?
Yes.
Are we really just measuring movies based on how memorable their lines are? I'll have you know that Batman and Robin has many memorable lines. Does that make it a great movie? I don't think it does, but it does make for a cool party.
Now, quote some lines from Thunderdome.
Oh, I know. Raggedy Man. Who runs Bartertown? Master Blaster. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Exactly. You remember it more because it was more engaging. It broke up the action with good writing and twists and turns. It was just better storytelling.
Hey, just because we don't have a lot of talking doesn't mean we're not telling our story. We're telling our story through strong visuals and through strong acting.
Oh, come on. The acting's good, but...
Tell me what I'm thinking by just looking at my stares.
You're on a mission and you're not gonna fail.
Right. And this one?
You're afraid of what's gonna happen to those you swore to protect.
You got it. And this one?
Jesus! Get back here, you fucking nuts! Crap! Hand me another exploding stick! We ever read bazookas? Exploding stick! Under the seat! Under the seat!
I just can't understand how a grown adult made this. Holy shit, this man has the mind of a 5-year-old. Not a bully stream, I promise.
I can't find it! Look in the box that says sticks! I never learned how to read!
AVGN has more memorable lines than Nostalgia Critic. Yes, AVGN is still worth watching. There are some old AVGN videos that are a bit cringy now, I won't lie. There's some parts where I hear him say some things and I'm like, oh god, are we doing this? And it's a little bit cringy, especially some of the skits where he fights Bugs Bunny or whatever. A little bit cringy. But you know what? It's like, for 2007, that was fine, I guess. For the time that came out, there was no reason to think that it was cringy. It was like a different original thing, I guess. And AVGN also like stuck with his thing and made it better and kind of refined it over the years. I don't know. I have mad fucking respect for James Rolfe. I know some people like to shit on him for some reason because he's, let's be honest, because he's famous. Some people like to shit on him. Of course, that's the reason. But yeah, I know, some people like to shit on James Rolfe. But he did something interesting and different. And then Nostalgia Critic Doug Walker just came along and was like, hell yeah, dude, I made this. And then he stopped even making what like he was making. I guess to his credit, he's no longer a ripoff of AVGN. He's now his own thing. It's just unfortunate that his own thing is incredibly fucking bad.
No, I was doing remorse.
No, I mean they're gaining on us!
What the hell is that?
Oh, that's weird-ass guitar guy.
No, I mean, who is he? Where does he come from? Why does he have a blindfold on?
I don't know. And because he has so much testosterone that his eyes shoot shark-shaped explosions.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm talking about. As fucking awesome as that is, nothing about it is explained. Who are the people on the stilts in the swamp? What is the basis behind this crazy cult religion? Who are the people he hallucinates about? His family? People he let die? Or are they just hallucinations? None of this is ever talked about.
It doesn't need to be talked about. Here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I have not seen Fury Road, but I'm gonna assume it doesn't really need to be said. Like, not everything needs to be explained. There's a lot of there are a lot of examples of this where sometimes over explanation of a thing can just ruin the magic of it. I haven't seen Fury Road, but like from the stuff that they just mentioned, the figures on the stilts in the swamp or whatever, that just sounds like something cool that I would like see, and I'd be like, hell yeah, that's weird world building stuff. What's going on there? Let me think. Let me engage with the movie as a human being and think about it and think about what I think that represents or what it implies for the movie as a whole. Something like that. Maybe it doesn't do anything, but I'm thinking about it. But instead, Doug just wants the movie to spoon feed you everything, I guess, is what's going on here.
Watch the fucking road!
weird-ass guitar guy. Unleash your phallic rage!
Are those dinosaur missiles?
So a lazy film gives you a blank page, something you've seen a million times. And a film trying too hard gives you too much, or you can't make it out. Fury Road doesn't give you all the information, but it lets you see it for what it is. It allows you to become more engaged because you can connect all the dots.
Like how I'm not questioning why there's fucking dinosaur missiles flying at me, it just seems—
See, the sad thing is that he like, this would be fine. Like, you could make a fine parody sketch kind of thing about this if you know, if you were funny and put in effort. You could make a parody sketch kind of thing about this. You could make it happen. It's not impossible. It's just, this is so oppressively unfunny that, like, he hasn't fucking, like the style of comedy is basically the same as it was in that quote-unquote worst sketch ever from 2009. One of Doug's worst sketches, they say. But it's like, here we are in when was this posted? 2015? Yeah, September 23rd, 2015. It was posted in 2015. But this guy's still, like, this is still the level of comedy that we're on with this. I don't know. I don't know.
It's like something this crazy-ass world will create.
Exactly. Just because there's no details doesn't mean there's no answers.
Ow. Speaking of answers, how the hell is he constantly missing us?
How the hell are you constantly missing them? What, are you blind?
A little bit.
We'll snip them out and send them to Valhalla or whatever the hell we believe in.
Oh, crap.
What is it?
It's more enemies to keep the energy high.
Why is that bad? I thought you loved that.
They're meninists.
Can you believe they gave a gun to a chick in this movie?
Tell me about it! A man tweeting right now to let the internet know my disgust!
That's a manly thing to do.
Hell yeah!
They act like they're being discriminated against when a woman wants to do something that a man does.
We had that. It was called the 40s.
Well, they're not very good at growing up.
Is this a real contingent of people that we need to, like, concern ourselves with? Yeah, there's stupid screeching retards. It's the internet. Welcome to the fucking internet. There's screeching assholes. Like, what do you want? Yes, there's screeching retards. You're gonna validate every single screeching asshole on the internet talking about some dumb shit? Are you really gonna do that? Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright.
Well, it's gotta be better than our other friends here.
More meninists?
No. Tom Hardy fangirls. They're women who think Tom Hardy is the second coming of Christ for some reason.
Really? I mean, he's a good actor, but who would go crazy over him?
Probably someone who spends their whole entire life obsessing over fan bases.
Hi, Critic!
Punchline? I mean, hyper?
I found a new calling, Critic, converting everyone to the miracle of Tom Hardy. Oh, praise he.
Well, I'm glad you found something more sensible.
It's about time the world saw what an incredible talent he is.
And you don't think any of that stems from mere physical attraction?
I'm thinking of changing my Tinder bio to include some joke from Nostalgia Critic or something, so that if anybody ever responds to me and goes, haha, I recognize that Nostalgia Critic joke, I can just immediately block them and not have to deal with that crazy shit. I'm thinking that might be a good, like, litmus test, you know?
No, since he's a feminist, it would be hypocritical to love him just for his looks.
Well, Mark Ruffalo's a feminist. Patrick Stewart's a feminist. Louis C.K.'s a feminist.
He's even bolder. But Tom loves dogs.
Hey everybody, Louis C.K. is a feminist. You need any more fucking proof that your male feminism is bullshit?
Do you know how hard it is to find a man who likes dogs?
Look, whatever your attraction, you can't act like Tom Hardy's one of the best things in this movie. Don't get me wrong, he does a fine job. He does just as well as Gibson. But for his minimal dialogue and mostly dubbed over lines that are strangely more obvious than when he did Bane, he's serviceable at best.
That was great.
It's really all what Max is supposed
Thank you for giving me a legitimate laugh, Doug Walker. I appreciate it.
to be anyway.
But the work work of his body. I mean, the body of his work.
Yeah, you tell those feminazis.
Yeah, Max was barely in the film. He spent half the time letting some broad do all the fighting. Yeah!
So
I like how their reaction is the same that I have, except their reaction is because, ugh, it's meninists, and my reaction is because, ugh, it's some stupid fucking Coomer leftist weirdo who, like, listens to CNN and thinks that that's all the news that he needs, and he's gonna go and, like, do some sensationalist stupid garbage about, like, the 5 guys that had a problem with fucking Mad Max Fury Road. Like, come on, what a fucking low-hanging
you're
fruit.
saying what
Jesus
the rest of the
Christ.
world sees as the manliest movie ever made, you see as being too girly.
Man, yes! It's a disgrace to everything that Mad Max stands for. Yeah!
Well, that's interesting, because there is a Mad Max movie where he appears.
Hey guys, I can't believe Eric Butts already made a cameo on Nostalgia Critic's channel. That's so amazing.
There's even less in it and spends most of the time talking about his feelings.
Really? Which one?
The original, you fucking moron!
In proportion of the running time, Mad Max appears less on screen in the first film than he does in Fury Road. He doesn't even do anything that violent until the final third. On top of that, much like every George Miller film, the least interesting character is always the main character. It's the environment that always takes center stage. Max is merely the observer. It's like saying you wanted more Alice in Alice in Wonderland. It's just not how it works.
Yeah, but he's working with a woman.
And even taking orders from her. And Max never does that.
Oh, you mean like in Thunderdome when he specifically goes to a woman saying, I'm looking for a—
This just feels like such a fucking, such a fucking, what is the term? Straw man? This just feels like such a fucking straw man. It's like we're going to attack some fictionalized group of, like, angry dudes who have a problem with this movie, I guess. Like, was that a thing? I don't remember that being a thing. I was like a lot fucking harder right wing back in 2015 when this movie came out than I am now, motherfuckers. And I don't remember that being a thing. I don't remember there being a strong contingent of men who fucking hated Mad Max Fury Road. I don't remember that being a thing. It kind of feels like they just ran out of shit to talk about in this fucking video, so they were like, fuck it, let's just throw in 20 minutes of easy, like, you know, angry men stereotypes. It's so easy. It's just so basic. It's the same thing as the fucking mom, I live at home, haha, it's funny because I'm a weird loser who lives at home, haha. It's the same thing as that. It's just such a fucking old, like, joke that nobody cares. Nobody's laughing anymore. Everybody has heard the joke, haha, male meninists, whatever, who hate women and they want their movies to not have women, whatever. Such a fucking old joke. It's not funny anymore. It's just such a played out, like, ugh.
Job, please give me orders.
You actually liked Thunderdome?
This is like half of this fucking video, too.
Character wasn't a woman.
No! You're way too close-minded for that.
Well, let's pretend that you pretended. Max used to have friends in the police force before he went rogue, so the idea of him being able to work with someone again is actually kind of uplifting for Max's character. He spends so much of the other movies just doing everything alone that to finally find someone to work by his side, you could argue gives a link back to his humanity. Actually brought something to the character that's relatively new.
But that doesn't coincide with the—
Okay, I don't know anything about this movie or Mad Max, so I'm just gonna jump ahead to something that looks exciting and stupid. Hey, look, it's some more fucking dumb shit.
Gang culture, pigs, an old woman with a shotgun, a wild kid or kids, and no places that look anything like the first movie. They even use the same actors in different roles. Truth be told, it's actually not that bad a theory.
Great! So does that mean you've accepted Hardy as your one true Max?
No, I don't know what the theory is, but we're gonna skip ahead and find something else to make fun of.
Red carpet, sugar and blaze. You will walk the red carpet, sugar and
Look, it's raining men.
Hallelujah.
Popsicles! I'm out of fanboys to launch.
I'm not okay.
Wonder if the Meninists are having this much fun.
And how dare George Miller have all
Oh
the
my
male
god, we're still fucking doing this. This is so dumb.
penguins and happy feet stay with the kids.
Yeah, well, all the
Back to
women-
the fucking like low-hanging fruit male angry boys.
Penguin did all the hunting.
Because that's what penguins do! Well, they should change that! Women ruin everything, like in Mad Max!
So, is this all you guys do? You just sit around?
Such a fucking straw man. Like when you go to the level that he's gone to in this video where your characters are literally just going, women ruin everything like Mad Max. It's like, it's just not funny anymore. It's not realistic. It's not like, okay, there were probably some people when Mad Max Fury Road came out. There's probably still some people now. There were probably some people who said that, oh, this movie shouldn't have been about these women, blah, blah, blah. It should have been more about Max, blah, blah, blah. There were probably these people. But it is such a tiny, tiny, small contingent of fucking people that it's like, why do we care? Why are we making half of our fucking 30-minute video about Mad Max Fury Road talking about some, like, dudes on, like, Twitter? Who cares? Most of them are probably not even real people. Most of them are probably just trolling because it's funny to be an angry man on the internet. Like, most of them aren't even real people. And, you know, that's another thing. Like, most of this fucking hate that's supposedly, like they're talking about in this video, or like the news will talk about, whatever, all this like, oh, these angry men who hate women. How many of them do you think are serious? Like, even over, not even talking about like trolling, but just like joking. Just like a guy who's like, hey, haha, not even a guy, a woman. There's no reason it couldn't be a woman. Some random fucking person comes along and goes like, haha, this movie is gay and stupid because it's got a lady in it. Haha, upvote this if you voted for Trump or whatever. Like, it's just a joke. It's a meme at this point. It's not even like real people. We're not even like making fun of real people. We're just making fun of like a fucking meme, and it's so dumb.
Complain how you hate hot women.
It's
you want to see
such
more
fucking low-hanging fruit. Yes! It's like, how can we fucking get this video to nearly half an hour long? This video would have been like 15 minutes maybe if they didn't include all this stupid shit with the Menonists, which is a totally real group, by the way, that totally exists.
Are you guys gay? I mean, it's fine if you are, but you clearly got some anger issues you need to address.
We're not anti-gay.
No. We're very fair in our hatred. Yeah, it's just women we hate.
Yeah! We've had hundreds of years of advantage, and we're not giving it up now.
Yeah! Now let's go watch Pain and Gain. That's a straight movie.
Ooh, I do a commentary on that.
Extend the mechanical claws.
It's such a fucking... Not only is it a low-hanging fruit, but it's like... It's a low-hanging fruit that unfortunately so many people are going to look at and go like, haha, yeah, you tell them, Doug. You tell those stupid straight white males where their place is or whatever. It's like, you tell them. No. Stop it. Stop filleting yourself over like talking about some shit that's like mostly a joke. Like even the people that are posting that shit on Twitter or whatever that are like, oh, fuck this movie because how serious do you think they really are? Do you really think they would like go to the mat for the shit that they're talking about? Do you really think that 90% of shit posters on Twitter and YouTube comments who are like bitching, like the people who were unironically bitching about like Ghostbusters reboot because it had women in it, there were some of those. There were a few of those. There were a few very dumb people who were like, "Oh, there's women. I don't like that." How many people, first of all, that are like that, do you think are both real and also serious enough about their crazy dumb bullshit to like do anything ever about it? They're not. They're not. So dedicating like half of your fucking video. Wow, I'm just burping like crazy. This is the power of Maker's Mark, ladies and gentlemen. Dedicating like half of your fucking video to this dumb shit is not, it's not helping. It's not like combating a group that is like a real group that exists in full force. There's not a huge strong contingent of men that are like angry about Mad Max Fury Road. That's not a big thing. There's not like a lot. You're not being transgressive by saying fuck you to those people, Doug. Like, that's just dumb. That's just dumb. I don't know. I guess all I'm really saying is just that, like, it's a low-hanging fruit, but it's also for these, like, good boy points. I was gonna say pity points, but it's not pity points. It's good boy points. It's like, yeah, everybody, I'm a good boy. I talked about the racist, sexist, misogynist men who hated that movie because it had women in it. Because they're evil men who hated that movie. It's such fucking low-hanging fruit. But more than being low-hanging fruit, it's such fucking low-hanging fellation fruit. Self-fucking auto-fellatio fruit that you fucking suckle on when you want to continue that sentence. I don't know. The point is, it's a really easy fucking cow to, like, milk. If you want to meme on them. It's like, they're not real people. They're just fucking trolls on the internet. Jesus Christ.
The grabbiness.
Anyways, we're gonna jump ahead a little more. Let's find something else that looks exciting. Oh, whatever this is looks exciting. We got fucking Wile E.
Roadrunner
Coyote.
cartoon? What are you talking about?
The Roadrunner cartoons have lasted for years, with little to no dialogue, quickly identifiable characters, and nothing but chases. People see it as classic because it's so minimal and yet so interesting. It says so much with just a few clever choices. Fury Road is the same way. Just because it's all one big chase doesn't mean that it isn't smart, and it doesn't mean that it's not a game changer. As much as I love Thunderdome, there are a few scenes that are kind of boring and I can skip. But with Fury Road, I can't imagine skipping any of it. It's all amazing to witness. From the music to the action to cutting out anything that's simply not needed, it gets right.
I think I need to watch Fury Road. This sounds like a cool movie. I've not seen this fucking movie. But, like, yeah, this almost sounds cool.
To what people want to see and keeps them there throughout the entire flick.
This
I
movie
can
has now
hardly
been
think of
ruined
any
for
other
me
film
by
that
Doug
did
Walker.
that throughout the entire thing. You were right. You've always been right. Fury Road is the better flick. Hey, Impractical Joe! I don't think he wants to listen.
Hang on. Sharp turn.
Did he just call her a whore? That's a power move.
That's why Samus should have been a man.
What are you doing?
I have an idea.
I can't see a thing with this on him. I'm just gonna take it off.
I am the Redeemer. I am the Savior. I am in deep shit.
Is that PewDiePie? Oh no. Oh no, rest in peace, PewDiePie. F's in chat, everybody. Let's go take a look at chat before it's destroyed by F's.
Well, that's
Paul is
something I didn't
convinced
think I
by
would
the
see
nostalgia
today.
critic to watch a movie. Yeah.
Ugh, I forgot about national insecurity.
I mean, I heard it
You
was a
can't
good
have a
movie.
woman do that!
You should have let the critic do it.
Yeah!
Wait, I know how to show him the fuck
Fuck women!
Car!
Everybody out! Go out there.
What?
Trust me, they're meninists. Just go out there.
Is this really what this whole fucking video has been, like, leading to? Meninists versus, like... Meninists wasn't even a thing! That was a meme! It was a joke! It was a fucking joke! It was an ironic, fucking post-ironic, semi-super ironic meme from, like, the hipster culture. It was not a fucking real thing. There was not actually a group of meninists running around. Like, holy shit, dude. Okay, if you... Honestly, if they had just said MGTOWs or incels or something, it would have still been, like, low-hanging, obvious joke fruit. It wouldn't have been funny. but at least it wouldn't have been completely stupid and inaccurate. Meninists was literally like a fucking joke from some Twitter account that wanted to sell some shirts or something. Jesus Christ.
But we're gonna show them.
Yeah. Fuck women. We gotta have some shirts.
Wait, you have actually talked to a woman before, right?
See, the joke is they hate women because they've never talked to a woman before. The joke is they don't like women because they've never talked to a
One
woman.
more time, I was gonna shoot my balls off.
There's definitely no chance that anybody could hate women based on their actual experiences with women. No, there's no chance of that.
Thank God you stopped. We really needed a pee break.
Hey, look, Dimblebone's on
I'm sorry, I'm joking. I don't hate women. I just hate specific women.
And you are?
Just like anybody else,
If you're
it's
the
fine.
future of being a man, is slap a fucking vagina on me. I'd much rather be a bad.
Hey, loud noises! Hey, it's funny because I'm screaming! Hey, it's funny because loud! Hey!
Ass like her than whiny little bitches like you! Hey, here's a thought. If you have to complain about how someone's stealing your manhood, chances are you never had your manhood to begin with! What are you, 5? You're afraid you're gonna get cooties? And how's that working out for you anyway? Are women just falling at your feet because you bitch and complain about them online? Real chick magnet, guys!
Congratulations on beating up the straw man character of people on the internet that aren't real people on the internet, Doug. You're such a fucking... You're so brave. How could you make a video that's so controversial and yet so brave? Like this, where you take on Meninists, the totally real group that exists on the internet. How could you be so controversial and brave, Doug? I am astounded.
You must get laid a lot! You know what? Keep living in your mama's basement, because the grown-ups are gonna make a more badass world, and we don't
Mama's
need your
basement
crybaby
joke.
tears poison it up!
So woke he fell back asleep.
And now a message.
Hey, that explains the comedy.
Americans, in light of the recent Meninist movement, all female soldiers shall be immediately removed because women shouldn't be fighters or saving men.
Hey, look, everybody. It's token black president.
Yeah! Now that's what I'm talking about.
Really?
Instead, all female soldiers are to be replaced with Meninists.
Yeah!
Seeing as how they complain that only men
Meninists are literally not a group. Oh my god!
It's like if he made this serious video where he like tackles the evil group known as the like Coomers or something. It's like it's so dumb. Holy shit. People now might not even realize this. People might not even know this because you might hear Meninists and you might think, oh, was there like legitimately a group of like male anti-women people who were like calling themselves Meninists? That's so like oppressive and that's so anti-feminist. No, it was literally just some Twitter account having a fucking jape. It was just some Twitter account having a laugh. And apparently fucking Doug Walker and his token black man and his rest of his crew have decided to run with that and just pretend that that's like a real thing. Again, this was in 2015, but I'm pretty sure by 2014 we knew that Meninists were not real.
do the fighting. They are to take their place and be deployed immediately.
Guess what, guys? I just got a new job.
Thus, all female soldiers shall be rewarded with a Tom Hardy
value
movie marathon. Who, as we all know, is a method actor.
Oh, I'm gonna come.
So, are you a feminist?
I'm whatever you want me to be.
No, baby, I'm not a feminist, and that's why you love me. I mean, what? Sorry. More
It's
drinking.
over.
More drinking.
Everyone's cheering because we destroyed Impractical Joe and all is right in the world.
Wait, that's it? He didn't have any followers or anything like that?
It's kind of like the Death Star. Once it's gone, you don't really question the logistics of it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I've learned what a phenomenal film Fury Road truly is, and that it has earned its place rightfully in film history.
Yeah, dude, I sure learned a lot from your fucking review of this movie where you didn't review the movie and instead reviewed your fantasy version of the movie filled with fucking Menonists, apparently. What was even the point of this fucking review? It's like he very casually, like, flippantly goes like, oh yeah, I guess this movie's good, but the whole fucking review was him, like, fighting these fucking straw man fake Twitter accounts that aren't real. What was the point of this fucking review? You could have sat down and you could have done the whole fucking review and you could have just been like legit and you could have said, hey, this is the things I liked, these are the things I didn't like, blah, blah, blah. But instead you went with this crazy, stupid bullshit. And... oh, man, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Hey, that reminds me.
Let's fucking finish this thing.
What is your name, anyways?
Rey Skywalker.
My name is Critic.
Skywalker!
Boy, that wasn't as shocking as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it is the title. I don't know why we thought that would be such a big deal.
Well, why don't you just end things in a typical Fury Road way?
Oh, you mean with a visual that seems half-assed but is actually badass?
Yep.
Menonists rise up, yes. Okay, is this video still gonna go out now? There's some more like brand deals or whatever. I think we're done for the stream, but I just wanted to point out fancy cakes with $2. My panties are off for Doug. Vomit. Yeah, I think that's the real thing. That's the thing I have not mentioned in this whole time, is that obviously he wants the good boy points of shitting on Menonists who aren't real, like, people and don't actually exist, but there's always that ever-present creepy male feminist thing where it's like, yeah, guys, I'm also a feminist like you. I also support women's rights. I really support women's rights, guys. Send me titties, you fucking whores. It's like... there's that ever-present male feminist thing where it's just like, somebody please validate my supreme love and adoration of women. I promise they're like goddesses to me. I have never objectified a woman once in my life. It's fuck you. Fuck you. If that's the only fucking card you got in your deck, bitch, you fucking... Okay, well, anyways, that was the stream. That was a pretty drunk stream talking about some Nostalgia Critic. I don't know. I saw some people in my Discord talking about the Rise of Skywalker review. They showed some pictures of Eric Butts and the fucking annoying orange segment. And I was just like, hey, you know what? I kind of feel like doing a stream. I don't feel like finding a bunch of stupid shit to make fun of. Let's just find Nostalgia Critic. It's fine. And so we did a Nostalgia Critic stream. And you know what? I think this has been a pretty fun stream so far. I'm going to return it to my bear here. I'm going to take a look here at the super chats. We've got, let's see. $5 from Zombie Unicorn. If you want something to drink to, look up Lord Stephen Christ. He thinks he's Jesus reincarnated and that the earth is concaved like a bowl. Well, that's very good. Bowl earth. Smoke him if you got him. I've heard of Lord Stephen Christ before. I've also heard that he's like crazy and threatens to kill people, so I don't know. Maybe we'll wait until 100K for that. But just, you know, make sure that everything's all right. Make sure that I'm at least going to be remembered for my 100K plaque if he fucking kills me for making fun of him. But I don't know. We'll see about that. We got, let's see, $5 from Princeton Abbott. Your anger for nostalgic amazes me. Your anger for nostalgic amazes me. That's a good super chat. I actually used to be a fan of Nostalgia Critic. I mentioned this before. I used to like him back in like 2010, 2011 or so. Back when he did the kind of videos that he fucking like built himself on, you know, like talking at a desk, making fun of a movie. And then he decided he no longer wanted to do that. And then, like, that's fair, honestly. If he wanted to just retire the Nostalgia Critic character, if Doug Walker, the adult human being, if you will, who made the Joker sketch at the age of whatever old man, adult age he was when he made that sketch 10 years ago, if he decided that he wanted to end Nostalgia Critic and just like focus on his comedy sketches and his whatever else that he wanted to make, that would be really fine, honestly. Like, okay, it might be kind of cringy. Maybe his comedy's not for me, but like he's doing what he wants, right? Like he's making these comedy sketches, he's making demo reel, and he's doing what he wants. But that's not what happened. Instead, he decided, well, demo reel is a failure because nobody actually wants to watch my stupid cringy skits unless they're convinced to watch them because of my Nostalgia Critic character. So he just like started doing like these, he just started integrating demo reel into his Nostalgia Critic thing instead, and it just didn't work. It just didn't work. Again, yeah, if he just stuck to the demo reel series and he had to just continued with that, it wouldn't have been as lucrative for him, obviously, but like I would have at least been able to look at it and go like, okay, this doesn't make me laugh, but like you're obviously like doing this because you enjoy it, blah blah blah. But now it's like this weird corporate cynical thing where it's like he's just making movies, he's just making videos about the most recent movie, the big movie that came out, and he's just talking about them, and he's just like, what happened to being the Nostalgia Critic? What happened to talking about like 80s stuff and 90s stuff that you grew up with? What happened to like the point of your fucking channel? Oh, we've just completely abandoned it because it's easier to like make the same stupid fucking videos about like modern movies. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I used to like Nostalgia Critic. Wow, I'm very drunk. I'm like completely slurring my words. It's great. I used to like Nostalgia Critic back in the day. I used to like him. I used to think that he was pretty funny. Eventually, I stopped thinking that when I realized that most of his comedy was just screaming at the top of his lungs. But I mean, I did think that he was funny. And I think that he can still like make a vaguely entertaining joke if he wants to. It's just that he's so like full of himself and he really thinks he's worth like he's worth more than he is. I don't know. It's kind of sad. I guess, I don't know. Maybe we're the assholes. Again, if we look at his Nostalgia Critic, if we look at his recent videos, if we just go back and look at the Rise of Skywalker video again from 2 days ago, go back to this. Look at the fucking like to dislike ratio. 19,000 likes, 1.8k dislikes. Most people like this. And again, okay, the Rise of Skywalker video is mostly low-hanging fruit. It's mostly like, you know, it's mostly stuff that everybody else has said about the movies. So it's like not all that controversial or whatever to say it now. But like, oh, well, this plot point doesn't make a lot of sense. This is stupid, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. People still seem to watch them. I just don't get it. I don't get what... You know, hang on. Before...
This episode brought to you by HelloFresh.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Doug. Before we end this stream, I need to look at what his comment section is like. Who are you? I'm Finn. Finn who? Finn Windu, motherfucker. So this guy assumes that the one black character in this movie is like related to the other one black character from the other movie. That's cool. That's cool. That's certainly a comment that I could expect to fall in line with the kind of retards that would make a fucking entire 30-minute skit about Menonists. Just completely socially aware idiots that try to be like woke and don't realize how fucking like racist and actually not cool they're being. Who the hell slept with him? The dark side is a path to many abilities some consider erotic. Is that funny? Am I laughing at this? I'm not. These are all like quotes. Rey calling herself Palpatine would have actually been really powerful to show that bloodlines don't matter. She could have claimed the name to start a new line of Palpatines. Yes, I agree with this. This is true. Princess Pony Lover.
Oh my god, I just agreed with a comment on a Nostalgia Critic from somebody named Princess Pony Lover. Oh my god!
I need the fucking hazmat team. I need the fucking like I need the fucking like serious deep fucking I need the fucking shower that rinses you of your toxins and your biohazardous materials. Holy shit, I feel dirty. Okay. We are done with the comment section. We're done with that. Let's go back to the super chats here. We've got a couple here. Once again, Fancy Cakes, $2. My panties are off for Doug. Vomit. And that's how I feel pretty much the whole stream. So thank you for putting that to words. $1.99 from Justin Blood. I'd smash that sexy, thick Tamara Chambers. Is that the girl that plays every character in his skits? Yeah, she's pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm into that. And we got $5 from Milady Class. Claw, will you ever do a stream where you look into country humans? If you don't know what that is, PK Russell did some pretty good videos on it. Isn't PK Russell a furry, like a bit of a weirdo? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to start drama on YouTube, but yeah, I've heard of that. I think you mentioned that before, and I looked into it, and it actually just reminds me of an old friend of mine that we used to call Pollen Ball. We called him Pollen Ball because his avatar, his name and avatar was a pollen ball. I don't even think he's from Poland. I don't even think that's his nationality, but we called him Poland. And so every time I look at country humans, I just think of that. But yeah, maybe sometime. It's kind of interesting stuff. I might be looking at Gacha Life sometime soon. So that's gonna be fucking exciting trash. That's going to be garbage. Also, I'd like to mention before I end the stream that I have been editing down. If you were here a little while ago, you may have seen the stream that I did about... I think it was just a viewer request stream, actually, and somebody requested ML poll. It's a My Little Pony politics board. And so I've decided to edit that down into a video. This one might take a little bit. This one might take a couple days. No promises that it's going to be out like within the week or whatever. I would really like to have apparently, so this is a random little factoid. Apparently my Ashtar video from a year ago came out on January 15th. So I am targeting January 15th as Sicko Army Day. This is the day when the Sicko Army was officially inaugurated into YouTube fame or whatever it is. I don't know. But this January 15th, that was the day that I uploaded the Ashtar video, that I started to get a little more serious. Because I had a couple of videos before the Ashtar one. I had one about Castlevania and Smash Brothers and a couple of other like gaming things. But yeah, after like marathoning some like Miles Power and Jeff Holiday and a bunch of other people too, I kind of got this idea in my head of we're going to do YouTube videos and we're going to do weird, interesting shit. And so I did my first video on Ashtar, which I've mentioned this before. I was watching Mudahar, the Some Ordinary Gamers deep web browsing series. And one of his videos, and I don't remember exactly which one, but one of his videos, he found the Ashtar website, and it was really cool. It was this weird, stupid, fucking rainbowy vomit website. It was disgusting. And he was going through it, and he was like, oh, dude, this is so weird, and it's cool. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. I saw that, and I was like, nobody... I looked up Ashtar on YouTube. I guess we're getting into like a bit of like a post-end of stream, like, I'm just talking now. But this is some stuff that's I've been thinking about recently because, again, it's been like about a year since all of this sort of stuff started. I started like doing YouTube kind of full-time-esque. Full-time-esque. And it was like about a year ago. And I was, I was looking up Ashtar. And I was like, there's like no content about this. I mean, there was the video that I saw from Mudahar. And that was pretty fun. But like, if you look up Ashtar right now, right the fuck now, hang on, let's go back to the browser. Back to the track, motherfucker. We go back to the browser and we just search for Ashtar. Hell yeah, dude, I can type. I'm not totally fucking blitzed out of my mind. I can type. If we just search for Ashtar, What the fuck? It's this guy. Hey, it's this guy. I looked at this guy on a stream a little while ago. What's this guy doing? What is this guy doing?
Hey guys, welcome back.
It's like a whole channel with multiple people. There are like multiple people doing this channel. But we looked at this guy before. His name was Dreamtime Academy, and he had like less than 1,000 subscribers. But now there's like a bunch of people on this fucking channel. What the fuck is this? We're gonna be bookmarking this shit. Hell yeah, dude. No, don't send it to a different fucking... Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm a fucking failure at everything I ever tried to do. Oh, my God. Put it back there. No, put it back there. Okay, well, you know, it's fine. We're just going to put it in the thing, and it's fine. And everything is fine. But, oh, well, we've closed our thing. The point is, if you... Well, I'm very drunk and I'm not doing this very well. But the point is, if you search for Ashtar right now, if you go on YouTube and you search for Ashtar, you're probably not going to find my video at the top of the list. I was kind of hoping that my video would be like one that showed up eventually as like the initiation to Ashtar, the introduction to Ashtar, and it was my stupid fucking video. I still like that video. If you guys are new to the channel or whatever and you have not seen some of my earlier stuff from earlier this year, well, earlier last year, like January of 2019 and onward, I did a couple of interesting videos, and one of the ones that I did was about Ashtar, this crazy fucking space consciousness thing that, like, I don't know. It's pretty dumb, but if you look at the video, it's like, it's kind of cool, and these people believe this stuff, and it's just exciting because, like, when I started making the videos, it was this feeling of, like, I'm going to talk about things that other people have not talked about. I'm going to talk about stuff that, like, people are, like, aware of, maybe, that people might look for, but that people aren't, like, you know, like, I wasn't going to talk about Chris Chan, you know, or something like that. I wound up doing videos about Onision, and that was what actually gave my channel some kind of, like, you know, prominence, I guess. It's like what grew my channel, was talking about Onision. But I only talked about him because I felt like there was stuff that other people weren't saying. As somebody once mentioned to me before, who is dead to me, but as somebody once mentioned to me before, they initially started watching my YouTube videos, like my Onision videos, because I wasn't going out there and I wasn't saying like, hey, fuck this guy, he's an evil abuser. I was just like making fun of his stupid fucking content and his terrible fucking comedy sketches and his like just awful content. And like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there wasn't as many people. There was a lot of people talking about the specifics of his videos or whatever. But there wasn't as many people who were willing to just go like, yeah, boy, let's just take a cursory glance at his channel and just like, we'll give it our best, you know? Like, that's kind of the vibe that I had when I did the first video about Onision, was like, let's just give it our best. You know, we've talked about space cults and shit. Let's just go to Onision's channel and see what the fuck happens. Whatever. Maybe we'll enjoy it. It'll be great. And then we watched it, and it was the worst, most terrible thing ever. But, you know, like, that was the point initially, was like, just either stuff that people haven't talked about or stuff that people have maybe talked about, but not in a way, like, if I had something interesting to say about a thing, then I would talk about it. And that's kind of still the way that I feel, to an extent. I mean, I still tend to do, like, I did that one like a month ago about the rant about YouTube and COPPA and all that stuff. That's probably not like the most original thing that you've seen on YouTube. Everybody's been ranting about COPPA. Everybody's got their shit to say about YouTube as a whole. But like, I don't know. It's just like in that case, it was just like a rant that I had that I wanted to get across. But for the most part, yeah, like if I'm doing a video or something, I try not to do something that's like too, I don't know, done. I'm not going to talk about TikTok. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen unless it's the book TikTok. I found a fucking book called TikTok in my local like pawn shop, not pawn shop, thrift store. In my local thrift store, I found a book called TikTok, and it's like this weird, insane, like absurd fucking fantasy book. I don't know. I think they sold it, so we're probably never going to talk about it. But the point is, unless it's something that I have like some kind of interesting, like original thing to say about, and that's the thing is like it's anything from like shit that you've never heard of. I try to make this clear to people sometimes. It's like if I make a video, it could be anything from something that you have never heard of and never want to hear of to something that you have heard of too much like recently. I could talk about Jake Paul. It could still fucking happen. It depends. If fucking Logan Paul decides he wants to go back to the Suicide Forest this year, hey, anything could happen. But if I've got something original, vaguely interesting or different to say about something that's happening, then I'll make a video about it. And that's just kind of the ultimate rule, I guess. And I guess I don't know. I'm thinking about some of this stuff because it's been like almost a year. I looked actually at my videos earlier, and it's been, like I said, January 15th was the Ashtar video. And before that, I had some stuff, but it wasn't like the current wave of like content that I was trying to make. It wasn't like the push towards, stuff. So I guess one final thing I'll say before I sign off here is on the note of about a year since I've been doing these videos, kind of semi-seriously anyway, I think we're going to do a comment video. I know everybody, I know I literally just said that I don't do videos unless I have my own take on them. And I know everybody does comment videos, but I don't know. I look at my comments pretty often, like once a day or something. I look at like what people are saying. And sometimes there's some like angry, like shitty comments. And sometimes there's some good ones, and there's some stuff that I might want to say. So I think possibly the next video that we do, I did mention that I'm editing down the ML poll part of that last stream. Was it the last stream? It was one of the last streams. It was one of the previous streams, but I'm editing down the ML poll thing into its own streams, or rather into its own video, into its own streams. It's only smells. It's only smells. But I'm editing it down into its own video. But potentially before that, I might be working on a comment video. I might be being a filthy fucking scumbag YouTuber and looking at my comments, because honestly, some of the stuff that you guys say is kind of funny sometimes. It's gonna be like partially me shitting on people who are like mad bitches, but it's also gonna be a little bit of me like just promoting, like, hey, this comment made me laugh. Here's a good comment. So I think that could be kind of fun. Just to like round off this stream. Hey, my video went to black. Oh God. Oh no. Oh, that's good. That's no good. We're gonna go back to the bear in the fireplace. But just to round off this stream while I'm very drunk and before I go and order my food, just wanted to say, yes, we might be doing a comment video soon. I think I'm gonna record that probably tomorrow morning or something. And yeah, by the way, we are going to be continuing the whole face thing on the channel. I don't know how many people are into that. I've seen more support than otherwise. I've seen a couple of people who haven't been into it. So one person said, like, very kind of respectfully, they said, like, I don't think I wanted to see a face reveal on the channel. And I think I can get where you're coming from. Before that, it wasn't like my face. It was different from other YouTubers, I guess. I had a different like style to an extent. But now I'm doing the face thing, and I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of enjoy it. It's kind of something I've wanted to do for a while on YouTube, and I feel like I can do it now, and I can be like somewhat less like self-conscious about how I look or how I sound or whatever. Some people have pointed out that when I talk, and I'm literally doing this right now, I have to say I have not opened my eyes in the past 2 minutes or more. But some people have pointed out that when I talk, I squint a lot, or I close my eyes, and I'm like talking, and I'm just like ranting with my eyes closed. You have to understand, while I'm going off on this whole entire diatribe, I'm just like, my eyes are fucking closed. I'm like all over the room, dude. I'm just like everywhere. I'm looking everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. It is futuristic. But yeah, it's like... I've seen a couple of comments about how I look or whatever, and I kind of enjoy it. I like the comments about how I look like an asshole. I like the nice comments. They kind of balance each other out, you know? It's been mostly support, though. So, yeah, I'm going to probably continue doing the face thing. I think for the comment video, it's probably going to have my face in it a fair bit. For the ML poll video that I mentioned, probably not at all. Because it's just going to be edited down from a stream. If I make an edited video that comes just from a stream, then it's not going to have my face in it or whatever. But if I decide to sit down and make a video from scratch, from now on, I think, yeah, I might be including my face in it. I'm sorry if that's, like, not cool for some of you. Maybe you're not into that, but I'm a little more comfortable with just doing that now. So I think I'm going to keep doing it. Man, this stream has gone on way too long. I am sorry. This just keeps going because I'm like talking. I'm just saying some stuff. You know, it's been like almost a year since the sicko army has joined YouTube. And even at that, I mean, people only really started following me after like 3 months or something. But like my first like serious new rebranding DeadwingDork video was the Ashtar video, which again was January 15th. I think the comment video might come out before then unless I'm still working on music, but January 15th is a good day. That is the DeadwingDork day. That is the day when I decided to fucking put aside all my stupid bullshit and like procrastination and whatever and just be like, fuck it, let's just record me looking at some dumb shit and like throw in some memes and some fucking video game music that I like. A lot of people don't know this, but my videos are mostly only exist so I can shill the music that I like. You have all been fucking subliminally messaged to. You've all had my music like in your ear, the nice stuff that I like, the fucking like Sonic music or whatever. I'll be like, yeah, I'll just throw this in the background, and then it's just gonna get into your ear like an earworm, and you're gonna like the content of the video because I'm a funny motherfucker. But then the music is gonna be what sticks with you. That was always the point. Get people to like the music. Gee, Deadwing, why is your fucking background music so loud? Why can't I listen to myself think while I'm listening to your videos? Well, Johnny, it's because I don't like the sound of my voice, but I sure like the sound of SimCity music. Anyways, this video has gone on a little bit too long. This video has gone on a little, or rather this stream. Wow, I'm very drunk. This stream has gone on a little bit too long. I'm going to read the last few super chats here, and I think I'm going to round this down and order some fucking mama burgers or something from A&W like a goddamn man. Let's see, what do we got here? $5 from Milady Class. Did you ever see the picture of Rainbow Dash in a concentration camp? Yes, that is a real image from DeviantArt. I have not seen that picture, Milady Class, but I have seen, I don't know, do I have them in my intro for my streams? All of those weird pictures from the DeviantArt accounts that are like, well, I photoshopped Twilight Sparkle into this picture of children dying at Vietnam because I feel like it helps me to emotionally connect to them or something. It was some dumb shit from like 10 years ago or some man, all of my fucking pony hatred was like so long ago. It almost feels like it's like a foregone. It almost feels like it's gone in my lexicon, my hatred of My Little Pony people. But I still hate My Little Pony people, god damn it. And if you show me a fucking picture of what the fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah, Rainbow Dash in a concentration camp. I have not seen that one, but I did see a lot of weird shit on DeviantArt of like a pony drinking from a ponies only fountain next to like a whites only fountain. It's like, thanks guys. Now that my little Rainbow Dash is involved in this racial struggle, I can truly understand the plight of the black man. Thank you guys. Let's see here. $2 from Fancy Cakes. The Smurf fan fiction made me sub to you. Oh God. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I gotta say though, the Smurf thing, like that was one of those like judgment calls that I made, where I made that. I did that stream, and if I remember correctly, the stream was like, it was like the Juggalo forum, the ice chewing forum, both of which became their own pretty successful videos, and then the like anti-vax mom forum. And then after that, it was the Smurf thing, and we read the Smurf thing for like an hour and a half. And I remember it was like this judgment call that I made where I was like, do I want to edit this down? Do I want to like do a video about the Smurf thing? Does the Smurf thing deserve a video? Wow, I'm coughing. But the ultimate answer to that question of my own was, honestly, we need all the context. We need every second. We need all of my reactions. We need the whole thing. And so I was just like, you know what? Full fucking Smurf story, unedited. We just need the whole thing. The rest of it we can edit down. Maybe the anti-vax forum, we don't even need to put into a video. It wasn't that interesting. But the Smurf story, that gets the full treatment, baby. That gets full fucking frontal I was gonna say full frontal nudity, but that's not what that is. Full frontal claudity. That's what that is. Full frontal content. That's what there you go. And finally, $5 from my lady class. Once again, some weird stuff is going down in the chat. I'm not going to comment on it any more than this because I have no opinion one way or the other. Oh boy, what's happening? Big bellies. What's your cutie mark, Deadwing Daddy Claw? Every pony wants to know. Oh no! I know we've officially gone too long with the stream, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even want to find out what else is happening in the stream. Is there some assholes? Are there some shitters? What do we got going on here? Yo, Dolenston, I want to cut open your chest and lay my eggs inside of you. Huh. Your first video shows you and your music site shows your face. Dashing wing dork. Oh, are we hitting on me now? Oh, is this what's happening? I like your face. Okay, no, I'm good on this. Thank you. Thank you. But anyways, yes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for stopping by the stream. I hope you had a good time. Totally not bullying Nostalgia Critic. Honestly, it really wasn't that much of a bully stream. We critiqued his videos. We called him not the greatest of content creators. I'm not saying anything about Doug Walker, the human being. I'm sure he's a fine guy. I'm sure he goes home at the end of the day and hugs his wife and wife's husband and his kids. And, you know, he has a fine time. I'm sure he's a lovely individual. So we haven't been mocking him exactly. We've been making some jokes about his content, which I think is fully fair use. And honestly, Doug Walker, if you try to fucking take me down for this shit, I swear to God, that's going to be the most ironic thing. Holy shit, dude. Try me. Fucking try me. But actually don't try me, because you know what? That's the end of the stream. We're done. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching the stream once again. And I'm going to end things on, once again, this is a song that I played at the start of the stream, but I'm actually going to end it on the stream too, because this is a song that I just finished today. I might work on it a little bit more. It's a pretty short song. It's a good little outro song. And I might work on it a little bit more, add a couple more effects or whatever, but I think the overall composition is done. And by composition, I mean throwing together of samples from other media that already exists. I'm taking Nobuo Uematsu's lovely theme from Final Fantasy IX, and I'm just stealing it unceremoniously. I'm just wholesale stealing it, and I'm just throwing it into this new song in a new context. Anyways, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, and enjoy the song, I guess.